Would you?
Would I what? Would I get a hoo-ha tattoo
Yeah.
or would I bang?
Yes.
Backdoors and Blindside starts now.
Hi-yo! Shout out, shout out, shout out,
We
shout out,
are
shout
back,
out.
baby!
Oh, shit.
New and
fuck.
improved for BB28. And you might be asking, what is new? What is improved? And I have to tell you, I have 38 units of Botox in my forehead now. So that is definitely improved.
I know, that's right.
But don't you worry, I can still raise my eyebrow at all the dumb shit the house guests will undoubtedly say and do this season.
Hell yeah. We're Backdoors and Blindsides. And if you're new to the program, we cover competition reality TV. And we are back with a brand new season talking my favorite of all of these shows. And honestly, the reason we do this podcast, at least for me, Big Brother, because it's Big Brother 28. It just premiered a couple days ago. I'm Matt. You are
Meg.
And we are, in fact, married.
Hell
I guess,
yeah, baby.
Would you want to give like the quickest rundown of basically what the show is? We've existed for what? Just about a year.
Yes,
I think it's like almost like a year to the day.
Yes,
and
we
you know what they
started
say?
with Big Brother.
You know what they say when you've been doing a podcast for a year?
That we made it longer than Matt Hardman.
Yes. Yes.
Because we have figured it out.
We have figured it out. And sometimes some people you know are still fucking weird about it. So... Yeah, I've been doing podcasts for a long fucking time, and I decided that I wanted to start my own thing, and it was actually you, the person who brought this idea to me, because we spent so much time basically doing something like this show just on our couch, talking game, talking about our favorite shows like Big Brother, Survivor, The Traitors, and if you are just figuring out our feed for the first time, you can go back and you can listen to our recaps of Survivor 49 and 50, The Traitors Season 4, Rowdy Rob Roush's season, and Big Brother 27 was like our debut series. We have additional content coming actually next month. It's actually happening this time.
If you've been listening, we've been teasing you about it.
The Patreon is being launched, but for now, welcome. Thanks for checking us out. I just want to point out right away, you took back to Threads for live posting during the broadcast, during the Big Brother.
I usually don't do
premiere.
it for Survivor or Traitors just because it's a little bit different, but Big Brother, because it's live, it kind of has a different vibe and feel to it with the audience.
And I just fucking logged in to our host site and we got like 1,500 downloads that just out of nowhere. We haven't posted a show in 2 months. So
it's
fuck
crazy.
Yeah, welcome.
It's crazy.
We will take you. So come hang out with us.
Yeah. Our whole premise, our whole tagline, if you will, is come talk shit with us. So we are not like your ordinary reality TV podcast. We're not trying to placate to production and CBS and, you know, some previous players have their own podcast where they're still kind of like sucking CBS's dick a little bit, maybe trying to get back on.
We haven't been on TV, so we don't have a job to go back to. We're not trying to get back onto TV. If we get the call, this is going to be the nicest podcast in the world, and we will lose all credibility. But like we will just shill for CBS. But yeah, we're not really walking on eggshells around production. We're not trying to save face with other fellow players from previous seasons. This is us just kind of. Well, we're one of you. We are one of you. If you're listening,
one
we
of
are
us.
exactly
One of us. We are not the man, and we don't give a flying fuck. So that's just a little bit about us. I don't know. Is there anything else that like is super critical? I mean, I've seen almost every episode of every season of any of these shows ever. I've been watching basically from the womb. I've seen every single season of Big Brother. I've seen every single season of Survivor. Every season of Traitors, even though that's a little newer. I love a Bachelor franchise, although not this one with the fucking Mormon wives girl. Fuck that. The whole thing. The fake one.
Yeah. The tax write-off.
Yeah, the tax write-off. We don't talk about dating shows, but I do come from a history of watching all of those things. Love Island just ended. We won't cover that, but I love to chit chat about it if you want to hit me up about it outside of this.
The challenge. Did you say the challenge?
Oh yeah, the challenge.
Yeah.
Duh. Love the challenge. I haven't seen every season of that one though. I started around like the early like 30s ish. But you know, I know and love the greats. I've seen a lot of it since then. And just some ground rules too for our show that I think is kind of important to who we are as well, is we always try to be respectful to the house guests and the players that we're talking about. Because people are people, and we're not going to sit here and bash the way somebody looks, the way their body is, their weight, their height, maybe I'll say something about a hairstyle or two, but we're not going to be sexist or racist. Absolutely not tolerated on this show. We critique the things that these players say and do, and how they act and how they move, not who they are. They like as they are as people. The closest we'll ever get to any of it is people's horrible tattoos. Shout out Riley's back tat from last season.
Oh, dude, Riley the GOAT. Yeah. Fan favorite Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Production favorite Riley from Big Brother 27. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, we're too good at doing this show to result to low-hanging fruit.
Well, listen, online communities can get absolutely nasty sometimes, and I just want to make it clear that we are not a part of that, and nor do we tolerate it.
Well, and this isn't, we are our own thing. We're not part of some collective. We don't run like our own blog. We have our own social media, but the podcast is the core of all of this. This is why we're doing this. Like, if I don't do shows, I'm going to die. And that at its, that is the most important thing to us. That is what Backdoors and Blindsides is. Everything else is sort of supplemental towards getting this show out there. I want to get into it right away because
get into me, baby. I mean,
sometimes they jam shit in as much as they can into as very little time that they have.
What are they talking? What are we talking about now?
I'm talking about CBS production.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm talking about Big Brother 28.
Okay.
Because we had 2.5 episodes, I'll say, with so much shit that we had to go back. We had to watch it twice. Really jam-packed. I'm loving the 90-minute episodes, but it is exhausting to take notes. And I think it makes sense to just start right off the bat with meeting our cast.
Absolutely. So we start off hot with Ashley. She is our broke super fan. She says, people usually assume I'm a complete airhead, ditz, nothing in the noggin, and I'm going to use that to my advantage in the game to make people think that I'm not a threat. Usually when people say, oh, everyone thinks I'm, stupid, dumb, blonde, whatever, like that kind of thing, they follow it up with something else, right? Like, oh, but actually I'm a rocket scientist, or I'm a this, or I do that, or I graduated top of my class, or I was valedictorian, or something like that. Ashley gave us nothing. She was like, people think I'm a ditz. And I'm like, and?
Well,
prove to me that you're not.
To her defense, she does say that she's flaunting being a ditz to manipulate others in this game, which is like one of your favorite strats, right? Using appearance, using perception as a power.
Power of perception. I wouldn't say the ditziness per se. I think that falls in it. But I was like, I need more, Ashley. Like, give me more.
I mean, we want to talk about parallels here. Winner of season 27, Ashley, another Ashley. You could say that the way she argued her way to the finish line was that she faked being a ditz the entire time. She was a lawyer from New York,
right? But that's the thing. She's like, haha, people think I'm a ditz, but actually I'm a lawyer, and like I went to Georgetown Law. Like, that's the hammer, right?
Right.
Ashley doesn't have a hammer. And she doesn't have a hamburger either, because she doesn't eat burgers.
Dude.
She said her fun fact was that she's never had a hamburger. And she said, I love beef, I love lettuce, I love cheese, and I love buns.
Here's the problem with Ashley is like, and also people are pulling the wrong. They're pulling the wrong, idea, the wrong highlight from that statement, because everyone is all up in arms that this woman has never had a burger in her life. I can't get over the fact that that's what she went with for her fun fact about herself. She lives in Chicago. She lives in one of the coolest
that's why
cities.
She slurps down glizzies too much.
True.
Chicago dogs.
Sausage big in Chicago. But I think like I just was sitting there and I couldn't believe that that's the best thing that she could come up with. Like she lives in one of the coolest cities in the country. And
all right, fun fact about you. Ready, go for our audience.
I do podcasts.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard being put on the spot.
Okay, but hang on. She's on fucking television.
Okay.
And
we're being recorded in a sense. As a matter of fact.
You don't think that she can come up with anything better than why can't you just say she's a bartender?
That's not fun. That's just your job. Okay,
so how many times do you think that she's told someone, like, is that her opening line on a date? Is that her opening line, at an icebreaker?
Well, she probably has to stick to it now. She can never have a hamburger. If that's her fun fact, and then she eats a fucking cheeseburger at a barbecue, now what? Now what's her fun fact? She doesn't have one.
That's here's the thing. That's like kind of all we know about her.
Well, it's not all we know about her. In BB Unlocked, we have a little bit of fun facts that they go through, and it's revealed to us that this woman eats an entire can of peas. She opens them, juices it all, puts it in a bowl, microwaves it, which I have yet to determine if that's better or worse than just eating it cold, microwaves them, and eats it like a goddamn bowl of cereal. Peas. No salt, no pepper, no olive oil, no marinating with, I don't know, onions or something, not in rice, nothing.
At least
a can of peas.
At least it's in the microwave.
Do you eat a can of anything like that though? No.
I've probably housed a can of like refried beans somewhere down the line, but that's like prepared.
Okay, but we're probably sprinkling a little cheese on it.
Sour cream,
some salsa, some green onions, you're doctoring it. Putting it in the microwave is not doctoring. I think that's like sacrilegious too. Like, why is it just in the microwave? Get a pan out.
Do a little saute action, some olive oil, something like that.
Some buttered peas. That's a thing, right?
Is it? I don't know. I'm not the biggest pea guy.
Yeah, neither am I.
I think it's fine.
You're a big shit guy?
Yeah. That's my preferred mode. No, I think we're gonna have to try it though. I don't know if we'll try it.
You mean you?
Okay, yeah. So
you have to go through with your on-air food legacy.
First food stunt of the season will be a can of peas heated up in a bowl. Do I have to do it in a certain amount of time?
Oh, you want to eat the whole thing?
Isn't that what she does?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hang on. That's if she's emptying the can and then eating like a little bit and then putting the whole bowl back in the fridge. For some reason, that's way worse.
It's just like the sound that it makes. It's like the
sure
sound.
Wait, what was that one more time?
Sound. It's like, and then they're like, they're all falling in the bowl and
feel bad for anyone listening with headphones.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a nasty noise. Like it's just not like really appealing. So I hope that house is stocked up with peas for her.
That's the thing is like, this is all we got. This is all we got on Ashley. We've seen her in 2.5 episodes of TV, and all we've got is she's never had a burger and she likes peas. So she's got to like.
It's a bad start.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, there's nothing else from her. I guess we get a little bit of showmance interest.
Yeah, teased up a little bit, maybe with Barrett.
Which now we're saying we kind of figured this out last season. If someone is telling us that they're interested in the showmance, they are being prompted by production. To be set up for a showmance. And we found out, I mean, I think it was like straight up revealed last season that like they bring people into the house with showmances already in mind. Zach and Lauren from last season was intended from the jump to be a showmance. They played, production played matchmaker or whatever. So seems like maybe they're going in that direction with Ashley as well.
Well, because the thing is we are coming off the finale of Love Island. And I think last season of Love Island, so last summer, and maybe even the summer before that, Love Island USA really took off. It's always been kind of like a dating show institution. So I think the fact that that airs live and we have 5 episodes a week, almost every night, and then plus After Sun, there's a lot of content. And the beauty of it is that it's happening live right now in our face. Like, we don't have to wonder what these people are doing. So I think the fact that Love Island exists, Big Brother has existed far, far, far before Love Island. But I think they're kind of harnessing some of that, like, love reality TV in real time aspect. And they're definitely kind of ushering together some showmances.
Last season, clearly influenced by the Traitors.
Oh,
this season seems like maybe there's some Love Island poking
little bit
out
more,
too, which honestly is, I think, the right thing to do. Like, the only way to keep your show on top, to keep it relevant, is like pull from what is going on around you. And like, that's something that we would kind of critique Survivor for at certain points, is that they always had the mindset of like, we are the ultimate, and so we aren't going to budge, we aren't going to adapt. And they're starting to maybe finally make those changes because they realize they need to really keep things going.
Stay relevant.
When we've got so many different options and in so many different formats. So next up on our roster, we have Latrice, also known as Lala.
Not to be confused with Lala the dog from Traitors.
Right. Alan's dog. She's from New Jersey, and she is a store manager in the Upper East Side. She is
clothing store specifically.
Yes, clothing, apparel, and she's a bodybuilder. So
just insane.
Not only is she a bodybuilder, she's a 57-year-old bodybuilder with a full pelvic tattoo.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up because I saw it in the live feeds. This woman, I mean, she's got the body. I am not knocking her.
Oh yeah.
I said we're not going to comment on bodies, but if it's a rockin' bod, we got to call it out, you know. Rockin' 57-year-old does not look that age at all. She's walking around the house in a like string bikini and high heels. I'm like, mama, get it, girl. And then as I'm watching her walk around on live feeds, I'm like, that's not part of the bikini. Just a massive pelvis tattoo. And one thing I clocked when I went back and watched episode 1 and 3 again, in her intro package on the show, she's like posing like as a bodybuilder and stuff in bikinis, no tattoo. I mean, it looked like the videos were taken and like photos were taken like, you know, within the last week to last year. Like, she looks the same.
So you think it's like newer work?
I think it's newer work.
Oh, hell yeah.
But that's crazy to me. Like, some people have like little teeny tiny, like the micro tattoos are really in, where it's like just a little bit of something, little bit of pizzazz, you know, maybe put it behind my ear, maybe, you know, on my ankle or something like that, just to say like I have a tattoo, like cool, whatever. This woman has an entire, like, her hoo-ha's tattooed basically.
Would you?
Would I what? Would I get a hoo-ha tattoo or would I bang?
Yes.
I blue screened there. I can't answer that.
Is that too much? Is it too early in the show?
Yeah, too early in the show. I probably would not get a pelvis tattoo. That just seems really painful. I mean, I threw up when I got this one on my body.
That's just your forearm. Yeah.
My body went to, hey, this little crevice here, it kind of goes up here in this ditch.
Sure.
That hurt. My tattoo artist wanted to go up higher, and I said, no, sir, you will not be doing that. And to be fair, my body did go into shock, and I had approximately a quarter cup of fried rice within 48 hours. And then that is all that I threw up. So no,
but
I would not get.
We're fans of bodybuilders. We're fans of hoo-ha tats. And so far, we're fans of Lala. She says that she wants to be the matriarch of the house, which, you know, there's always, like, we have a lot of our players are normally in their 20s in Big Brother, right? And then
20s, early
20s
30s.
to 30s. And then it kind of really drops off. And we normally get 1 or 2 older players like Captain Will from last season.
Shout out.
What is it? Sweet Kenny.
His lemon drop.
Obviously, Angela, returning player, we'll get to her in a second. And so when Lala is saying she wants to be the matriarch of the house, I immediately thought, okay, show me Latrice versus Angela.
Well, she specifically even says that and this was in her like intro package, that she doesn't want to be an Angela or a Felicia in the house.
And by the way,
okay, shots kind of fired at them.
Also, I'm such a Mommy Fee fan. Mama Fee fan. She is awesome. She's in Jag season, obviously. Insanely funny.
She's fantastic. And she, is going to be met maybe with some, controversy there with Angela in the house. So I'm interested to see how that continues to play out. But the bodybuilding aspect is kind of crazy because most of the time the, older player, so to speak, is kind of written off by the other house guests as not a threat. So I'm really excited to go and see her in some of these maybe more physical comps and hold her own, because this girl, she says she couldn't even touch her nose at one point because she was so buff, which I'm like, I can touch the back of my neck. I can almost touch my nose from the other side. So I feel like I gotta maybe hit the gym or something. And she goes for the top bunk in the bunk room.
That rocks.
Like, out of all the beds, all of the rooms, she's like, nah, I want that top bunk. Oh, I just hit my knee with my hand and
you punch the microphone. We're punching microphones back. We're so back, baby.
Reflex.
Punching microphones. We're restarting the intro. I forget to take my headphones off. All of that. Speaking of, I want to check something. While I do that, let's introduce Lyric.
Lyric, all right. So she works at a Hawaiian luau. She's a singer there, she says. And, she leads with that, and she goes in the house and she says that that's her job, which is fine and dandy. What she's not saying to everyone is that she was the youngest in Hawaii to ever pass the bar. I believe it was at like 23, and that she practices eviction law.
Yeah.
And she said she isn't afraid of it in the house.
I think it was Notre Dame law. I don't know. I think she said something about being a Notre Dame grad. So I'm assuming that's their law school, if they have one. I don't know.
So a lot to unpack here with that, because again, we have another lawyer. Big Brother and these reality TV shows love to cast a lawyer, right? Because we put the lawyer at the top of the professional ladder, doctors and lawyers and astronauts, right? They're at the top of the professions that you can be. You've got to be so smart. You've got to be so resilient and hardworking and crazy smart to be up there on that ledge, right? And of course, every single season we get a lawyer. I can't tell anyone I'm a lawyer because they're going to come after me. Obviously, for Ashley last season, BB27 winner, that worked to her advantage. And she got to stand up there at the end and give her Elle Wood speech. We loved to see it. I loved that kind of story arc for her. That is the only caveat to all of what I'm saying, is I really admired Ashley's story and how she played the game around that and used that as her superpower at the end. But I'm just fucking like, it's done. It's done. Like, she did it good. I don't need to keep seeing it recycled again and again and again on every single season. And of course, Lyric stands up in front of the house and lies to everyone and says she's just the luau performer. And then also, I didn't look this up, but I believe we need to know. She says she practices eviction law. On what side? No, I'm serious. On what side of eviction law? It's because Hawaii specifically, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about the politics in Hawaii, but Hawaii specifically, there is a native land problem where all of these wealthy billionaires and tourists or whatever are just kind of taking over the islands at the resorts, buying up land, putting their mega mansions on the middle of the island. Yeah. I believe during the fires, was it last year?
Yes, maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oprah was in the center of controversy because she had like a house on one of the islands, and like she had a huge access road that people needed to use to get through to literally escape from like burning land all around. And like she said,
let them burn. That's my golf cart path.
I don't know if she said that, and I don't really remember what her response was, but I don't think it was met with some like hesitation, if I remember correctly. So like that is a problem on Hawaii. So
I would assume that she's on the defending side of that because she's like she is a local. She's a native.
Okay.
Like she's like raised. I think she's born and raised from Honolulu.
Okay,
so
I
would
get
hope
that,
so.
but I would like to. She did not clarify, and she seemed jazzed about being the eviction side of it in relation to the Big Brother being evicted in Big Brother. So I'm like, are you helping people get it?
That's
do the
true.
Evicting or like defending the people who are getting? Anyways, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I might dig a little deeper on that and bring it back next time to figure out what actually she is on, like what is she, good guy or bad guy.
Next up, we have Melody, 24 years old, a corporate game show host from Arizona.
Before we get in, I just want to ask, Big Brother production, Big Brother casting, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? we're casting someone named Lyric and Melody? What are we doing?
That sucks.
Like
that really sucks.
Like yeah, what is it? Like a Trey Songz song from 2008? Shawty's like a melody. No, I'm not even gonna get it.
Is that Trey Songz?
Is it? I don't know. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, maybe Sean. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend either.
I
2008 was like, for me, I was like, I don't know, Paramore.
Nah, every day, like my iPod stuck and replay. That one,
No,
yeah.
I think that was mostly that was a Paramore year for me.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was a little out of touch.
I also did. I dabbled everywhere. But no, it just sucks. The Lyric and melody thing. I think we could have, I don't know, got some people with different names and maybe got some people that looked a little bit different from our cast from last year. Mrs. Lauren 2.0 with Lyric and Mrs. Catherine 2.0 with Melody.
Melody looks so much like Catherine.
They have the kind of like the sad eyes.
You could have, but we're not coming after anyone's appearance on the show.
No. Like it's called something, and it's like specifically, I'm blanking on it right now, but it's almost like a level of like seductiveness.
Well, she says that she does stand-up comedy in her free time, which means that she's fucked up. Like there's no one.
I want to do stand-up comedy. That's a long pause.
Look, dude, I don't know anyone who does stand up and like isn't a little fucked. Like that's kind of the whole thing is like
what's fucked up about me.
It comes from I mean, I think doing stand up like comes from a lot of people say like it comes from like pain or anguish or just like or it's like a lot of that. Or it's like a release, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like they really need it as a release. So I hear that I'm like, all right. Like and look, like that means she's one of us. Like, that means that she's tormented and she's got to do stuff like this for a release. You know what I mean?
Well, she's a corporate game show host. Like, honestly, you kind of need an outlet, maybe.
That seems like a sweet gig.
Oh, yeah.
I got to figure out how to get on that. Because we've done some, like, amateur game show hosting just at parties and stuff. So I've got to figure out how to... I got to find a way to make money off of this, right? So
it's definitely a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, my old job, they host an event every year and they actually bring those people out. Not Melody, it was some guy, but they have a whole stage. It looks like a Family Feud setup. It's definitely a thing, and you're pretty charismatic. So we'll split Melody. Well, it's Melanie on Love Island, and I just finished that. So I'm just a lot of names, a lot of people, a lot of names. Melody, we'll split her in half. You take the game show host. I'll take the fucked up stand-up comedy.
That sounds great. She has literally like the same tattoos as Catherine from season 27.
Does she?
I'm pretty sure she's got like very similar tattoos on her arms. Like it is just a little too close for it to not... For us to not know exactly what you're doing.
Basically, Catherine and Lauren in an italic font is what Melody and Lyric are.
That's good. She talks about like her struggles like growing up. And
she had the horrible struggles that she faced.
She had bad teeth
with
and
glasses
braces.
and braces.
Yeah. I want
acne.
I want to come back.
I'm like, girl, if you didn't have at least a handful of those, did you even grow up? Were you even a kid?
It's kind of like, it's a little better than saying I've never had a hamburger.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of saying like, I got my driver's license when I was 16.
Yeah.
Like we all did. I want to come back to the...
Well, to be fair, I guess I didn't have acne when I was in middle or high school. And I didn't have braces either. I did have glasses and I was bullied. So I'm 2 for 4, which...
We're gonna dive into like some
My past trauma.
Some youth stories on the Patreon. Like, I think it's time to name. No, I'm not kidding. But, like, no, I think like we've gone a little. I wouldn't say we've gone deep, but we've waded into that territory on this show before, and I think that's where it's going to really get unpacked. Is some like Q&A style stuff on the Patreon. I want to come back later to the bad teeth and the braces comment from Melody, but first
I will say though with her is that I think she has the ability to work a room if she does have the background in stand-up comedy on the side and being a corporate game show host. Like, you have to know people, you have to know how to amp them up, you know how to get them to do what you have to, be able to get them to do what you want them to do and keep the game progressing. So like, I think she has a lot of great skills that translate, I think, 1-to-1 playing Big Brother.
Next up, we have Haley, 29, an athlete from Missouri.
There's no way. Why
you say that?
There's no way that this woman is 29 years old. I don't buy. Listen, when I turned 28, I said, I'm not getting any older. And it's something that you can do when you turn the age. You can't retroactively do it. I can't say I want to be 27 now. When I turned 28, I said, I'm going to be 28. And listen, girl, I'm still 28 like 3 years later, but there's no fucking way that this girl is 29.
Like, you think she's older?
Honestly, she could be 25 or 55. I think I could be convinced either way.
I think she could like pass just kind of how she presents herself.
Either way. Yeah. If you told me
55 is a bit of a stretch, but yeah.
With the amount of plastic surgery and, Botox and stuff like that out there, like, older people can look significantly younger nowadays. And I think younger people can also get some bad work that makes them look way older, or also like sun damage, that kind of stuff ages you. So I think really, if you sat me down and said, this woman's 25, here's why, I'd be like, yeah. If you sat me down and said, this woman's 55 and said, here's why, I'd be like, okay, good for her.
Sure. I mean, like,
I'm just not buying the 29.
She kind of reminds me of Brooklyn from, I think that was Angela's season.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Angela's season that was 26?
Yeah, she also gives...
She was like Miss Texas, I think.
Yeah, she also gives Christmas from several seasons ago. Christmas had a big sleeve, and so Haley has the leg sleeve too. But the second she said, I was a D1 softball player, I was like, yes, bitch, I knew you were. I fucking knew you were. As someone who also played... Not D1 softball, travel. I played travel. Growing up, us softball girls can clock other softball girls. We're like, are you the bottom or are you the top? Which one?
Which one's she?
I feel like she's topping for sure.
We are already turning people away from the show.
I can say it. I played softball.
That's right.
But no. That's not why. There's just like a certain aesthetic and look to some people where I'm like, you played softball. And I can't quite pinpoint it, but it's there. And if you played softball, you probably know what I'm talking about. And the thing that really stuck out to me that she said in her intro package is, if I needed to hit a batter, I'd hit a batter. And I was like, girl, bitch, fucking bitch. I hated those pitchers. Like, there's no need. Yeah, maybe if I'm crowding the plate, you want to.
That's that D1 shit, though.
Yeah,
right?
but it's just like it's like mean girl energy, and like I didn't fuck with that.
Tor, voice of Backdoors and Blindsides production, his sister played D1 at Boston, and I need to reach out to see if they know each other. Because like I'm pretty sure she was like very plugged in
around the
like,
same
that
age
side.
too.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
she's a little younger than we are.
So she's 42.
So we're gonna have to go back and check on that. And welcome back to everyone's favorite podcast. I can say it. So let's move on to Taylor.
Well, I'm not done with Haley yet.
Sorry. What do we
jumping the gun. She's a horse girl. Also red flag to me. She volunteers, so that's like maybe like a beige flag because she does volunteer once a week. She says.
Do you know any horse girls?
I do.
This isn't an anti-horse girl podcast.
No, actually, the horse girl I know, I really love.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's more of like a punchline. I think,
I know. Can't I just have a punchline every once in a while? Fuck,
man. Because you've been punching down for a while.
All right. She dresses up her dog on the daily. She wheels out this like little wardrobe which I relate to. Our dogs get dressed up.
So wait, do you like her or dislike her? You just like kind of gave me whiplash.
I know. Can I just like, I know. That's where she lies right now. Like I'm quite, the other thing she says is she's a guy's girl. So there's a girl's girl, right? Like, tee-hee, like, I got your back. We're going to share tampons. We're going to, girl stuff. And then there's a guy's girl, which for girls, red flag. Why can't you be a girl's girl? You got something against me? You a little too catty, So that is another like kind of beige flag. But as a guy's girl, shout out. Yeah. As someone who has a ton of guy friends as well, I like get where she's coming from. So again, like I have more whiplash with her. I'm like, I wouldn't probably come out and say it the way she did, but I get it.
Well, and this is the reason that's like important to note, and it comes up many other times it will come up many other times in this podcast, is like gender plays a pretty big role in the Big Brother house. If you're new to this, if you're coming to this show from Survivor, because you like Dee, you like Devens, you're just looking for something to do on the CBS programming slate, like the dynamics are different, and gender does play a bigger part in this game. Oh yeah,
a girls' alliance is something that's always like scared of and whispered about, but it's never come to like true fruition in the Big Brother house. To varying degrees, yes, but like a true girls' alliance has not. They haven't been successful like something like the Cookout from a few seasons ago. And anyways, back to Haley. The one last thing I'll leave you with here is a quote from her talking about Camus and Chuck specifically, because she's trying to get in with them. And she likes them because, quote, they're emotionally grounded.
It's a big assumption for day one.
Yeah. I'm like, the MMA fighter, the UFC fighter is emotionally grounded.
He's artistic. Well, we'll get to Camus. He's an artist.
I like an artist. Yeah. I'm also an artiste, but I'm not emotionally grounded.
I mean, true. It's so true. There's a lot of discipline involved. I mean, I think that they very well could both be emotionally grounded. I just think that's a big call to make.
I'm sorry.
On day one of meeting someone, especially in the Big Brother house.
No one on Big Brother is emotionally grounded.
I don't think you can be.
You can't. No, why would production want someone who's emotionally grounded? Fuck that. They want the chaos. That's why Devens is back. That's why even Dee's back. We can get into it later, but she got in a huge explosive fight on Survivor 50, unlike any that I've seen. But otherwise, she's pretty quote unquote emotionally grounded, level-headed. But there's a factor to every one of these players that they are kind of, hot and loose, can fly off the handle at any time. So the fact that she's calling them emotionally grounded, I'm a little worried for her that she's putting that much stake in these two guys.
Next up, we have Taylor, 27-year-old elementary school counselor from Florida. That's a brutal job.
Yeah.
Right? Elementary school, anything has got to be maybe one of the most brutal jobs out there.
Yeah.
If you're a teacher, it's like you're not getting paid. You're not getting the respect from the parents, from the administration, and so it's got to be tough being a counselor on that side of things too. So interesting, I guess, shift, obviously going to reality TV. I'm like, good on you. I hope that you get out. I hope that you make something of this, because I know that is like, that's gotta be hell. Important to note, she is also looking for a showmance, and she lists kind of like a top 3, right? Like on Letterboxd, like your top 4 movies or something like that. And in her top 3 crushes, she said, Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Get in line.
Yeah.
Barack Obama. Like, bit of a
sure.
Yeah.
Like, I see it.
I mean, the most handsome president by maybe the only handsome president.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't think of like I guess like classically handsome
Lewinsky
from like a long
Clinton,
time ago.
But
no, he's got the beady eyes.
Oh yeah.
And then honestly, shout out Ian Terry, winner of Big Brother 14. And first murdered in season 4 of The Traitors.
Which, if you don't know him, historically, he's kind of like the geeky nerd type. But I will say, his Instagram, he's kind of got that like salt and pepper hair going on nowadays. And he's like kind of posting like thirst traps.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Bit of a glow up.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, Ian, fucking get it, man.
Fuck yeah.
So
dude.
like, I get maybe why she says, if she's like more in tune with the traders, like current day Instagram Ian Terry versus like Big Brother. I don't remember what season he was on, like early teens maybe.
Well, I mean, it was 14.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the winner of 14, and I think Dan was the runner-up on that season. But I mean, you could have just a little bit of a nerd crush, right? And I wonder if that's setting her up for someone in the house, maybe like a Drew or something like that, right? Like that's kind of where I saw those similarities. But Taylor already kind of not stirring things up, but
she is sensitive little
she's
Sally.
drawn some lines already.
Sensitive Sally. She unlocked the kind of only good behind the scenes extra clip that we got during this past episode of BB Unlocked that aired on Friday was the fact that Devens snubbed her, and that's in air quotes, because listen, you are basically Survivor legend Devens at this point, especially coming off of 50 not only has it been filmed, but it has fully aired, right? So everybody has seen you play. Everyone's freaking out when he walks in the door. And you know, you're walking in, you're looking at the house. You don't walk in with everyone else, right?
Right. It's like a big reveal.
The whole house is there, and he accidentally snubs her, probably because he has a bag in his hand.
There's 15 people screaming in his face.
Right, exactly. And so she gets pouty and like walks away, goes into a separate room, and then is talking to herself in bed, being like, see if I ever, put myself out there again or like whatever. I'm like, girl, like, come on. You can't be that sensitive right out the gate, because it's not a good look.
It's setting yourself up for failure, because the whole game is social relationships.
Right, exactly. And if you're gonna feel some type of way about something that someone, I would guess, knowing Devens, knowing in my heart of hearts, Devens is a good guy and he just wants to be friends and be funny and goofy with everybody, except if you're Jonathan from Survivor 50.
Sure.
Then, just if it were anyone else, I'd be like, okay, maybe, but it's Devens. Come on.
I don't have a lot of patience for the people who feel slighted by getting snubbed, quote unquote, in a greeting. We've been in that situation before. From
shout out someone's friend's grandma.
Yeah, from like, well, I was just going to say family member of people that we know. And I'm like, could it fucking matter any less if there's like a direct like touch interaction when you are entering the room?
You
and
say
like there's
hi,
other stuff.
just like global hi.
It's a collective hello everybody. And if someone, you get a hug or two out of it, great. But like, I'm not going down the line doing hugs with every single person. Most of the time, if I've been drinking, it's different. But most of the time, it's just like whoever's nearby, and then I get the attention off of me. You know what I mean? We
walked into a friend's party one time, and we were the Devens. People were like, finally, the party's here.
We're always the Devens, baby.
And no, I'm kidding. And
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not. We walk in, we're saying hi, whatever, putting stuff down, whatever. And we didn't say hi to grandma, our friend's grandma. And that was communicated with us later as like a little musing, like a joke. But we took it seriously. So every time that we have been in a situation with grandma, we now like explode. Oh my God, grandma! You look lovely. How was your flight? How are you doing? What did you have for breakfast this morning? Well, you look fantastic. Your eyes are sparkling.
I get all up in there. Where'd you get that
necklace?
I get all up in there with grandma now.
Oh, yeah.
And I make sure that she knows that she's getting the attention.
Oh, yeah. She will never not be snubbed. But I think that is an important thing to note on as well, is that we knew that we, quote unquote, snubbed someone, and we did a 180 and kind of made it a little game for ourselves. But Taylor, it seems like, doesn't tell anybody about it. So we'll see later on if there's some, she has a one-on-one with someone, or is like, oh, we gotta get Devens because he like didn't hug me or whatever, say hi to me. But so I have a little bit of respect for her left by not like communicating that and just taking a moment, being like, I'm hot and bothered by this. I need to go sit with myself for a second.
This is all we've gotten from Taylor. It's still more interesting than Ashley and her peas and burgers.
Maybe, you know what? She needs to put the peas on a burger.
Oh, fucking!
Could you imagine?
That's like some British shit, honestly. That's some UK food shit. I think we've criticized British cuisine on this podcast like at least twice beforehand.
Fish and chips.
That's it. Everyone likes fish and chips.
I'm a big Gordon Ramsay girly.
So our last female, well, I guess until the big reveals. So our last revealed regular cast member, female cast member, is Mallory, age 24, a rocket scientist from New Jersey. And I'd like to welcome Kelly back to the show for her return to the season.
For real, dude.
Again, like should we play the drop?
Yeah.
All right.
It's time to attack CBS production on Backdoors and Blindsides.
We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
We see it. Just like give us a little more respect as the viewing audience and try a little harder to mask these like repeat castings, these stereotype castings.
Yeah.
Because I think Kelly also worked in like science or like shit like that.
No, she was what I do.
Oh, right. She was like a UX designer.
She's a graphic designer.
But she was a pilot as well,
yeah,
right? That was like her other thing. So the pilot,
both of them
rocket
do really
scientist.
like cool things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they kind of dress similar. They
Well,
look.
I want to note on that for a second, because I think they found Mallory, the rocket scientist, which I know I just got off of my lawyer tangent. If you're a rocket scientist, 100% you need to conceal that shit. Like,
oh yeah.
Like that's like one step above a lawyer in the hierarchy of like, I feel like if you could go to the moon, there's I'm afraid of you a little bit. She does not dress like this on social media.
Oh.
I think Big Brother is uglying her up.
What?
Yes. She is in like, fits on Instagram. She is like in like hot dresses and heels and all this stuff. Yeah. Her like intro, she's wearing like a ugly jean skirt and like a red star shirt.
We're not attacking appearances on the show.
No, I'm attacking production for
all right, of course,
dressing her that way. I will always attack production. They're dressing her that way because you cannot tell me that this girl who is stunting on Instagram is coming in the house looking with clothes like that. Something's not adding up. I think they want to push into like the different
stereotype
girl,
casting,
the quirky. Yeah,
we love the quirky.
Yeah, but she is ripped AF.
Yeah, she's super athletic.
I'm afraid of her.
Like she looks like she could be a threat. In
like
the
muscle
comps.
mommies throughout this house.
Shout out
everywhere. And it's really funny seeing her trying to be like BFFs with Lyric.
Yeah, she's already kind of plugged in with like, it's like those three. It's Melody, Lyric, and Mallory.
Do you want to put your bag on the bed next to mine? We could, hold hands and have like, a little slumber party, pillow fight.
I mean, that's a strat though. Like you find a little BFF and then that's the beginning of the game for you.
It's giving like needy and like grasping,
Oh yeah.
Like, it's giving like I'm interjecting myself at like the cool girls table at lunch.
You don't think she's a cool girl?
Not what Big Brother wants.
True.
Right?
I mean, she goes though. Like a lot of what we see of her in the show is just her kind of talking.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's got social game and that she is like social and she's making relationships with people.
I mean, she's
you don't
small.
Think so?
No, she's just a chit chatty small talker.
But that's enough to keep you safe.
No,
I feel
it's
like.
not.
You don't think so?
She's on the block.
That's true. I don't know
what do you mean?
I don't know where
there
I got that from.
There was a whole segment of Big Brother playing cricket noises and little like audio joking bits over Mallory talking about how she wants to travel to all the 50 states and she's from New Jersey and she's been to Connecticut.
Rambling to Dee is pretty good. That's pretty funny.
But like, I like, again, it gives like, I just want to be friends with the cool girl. And like, it's because they're trying to make her be the nerdy girl. Like, let her be a cool girl. That way she can be friends with the cool girl, you know?
I see what you're saying. They're like building the story that she's like kind of like this misfit outcast when that's not necessarily the case. I have a note about Mallory. Whenever she is out of the house, I mean, it could very well be next week, right? Because she's on the block. Within 7 days of Mallory being evicted from the Big Brother house, if she doesn't make it to jury, we will see her on Instagram with Christian Hubicki.
You think?
She's a rocket scientist. His best friend is in the Big Brother house. He's like hanging out with Devens' family, watching the show together. And now it's all about the crossovers now.
Yeah.
Every time it's I'm gonna meet up with this person from like this season. We were evicted at the same time, and I guarantee you that the rocket scientist is gonna meet up with the robotics professor within 7 days post eviction from the Big Brother house.
We'll put it on the calendar.
I'm calling it now.
That's crazy. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's go over to the gentleman of the group.
Actually,
or
this
not
is
yet,
well, this is a great segue.
Or something else
because
that he's gonna say.
We talk about like this was not, we didn't split this into gender. The show did.
Yes.
The show started with all the women and then we went into all of the men. And one more thing about Mallory is when Dee was, because DHOH, we're trying to be as chronological as possible, but also the formatting of these two episodes was so fucking weird and like out of sync.
Well, to be fair, too, to us, is we are running through all the people and all their little, you know, tidbits about them, musings, whatever.
Couple DR clips.
Yeah, and this technically our normal schedule will be after eviction.
Right.
We will do the entire week that led up to the eviction, and kind of have it all wrapped in a nice little bow for you every week after that. This is a special episode, our inaugural season episode that kind of gets into a little bit more of the weeds of the people that we have. Kind of setting the groundwork, if you will.
So Mallory says, "Oh, I hope HOH is just like, I want all these boys out of here. Like, I hope the HOH is just like going to start targeting all of the boys." And that, again, it flags that gender does play a part in the Big Brother house, but that also shows the difference between Big Brother and Survivor. Because someone coming from Survivor is not thinking that way, at least not right off the bat.
There's some gender divide in
but like
Survivor.
they're not dealing in absolutes, I would say, especially this early in the game, right?
Yeah. Well, I think because too, showmances aren't as on the table in Survivor as they are in Big Brother. Big Brother, you're dressing up in a full set of makeup every day. You're wearing your cute fits around the house.
Showering.
You're in your swimsuit, tanning, and in the hot tub, playing pool, whatever. Yeah, you're showering.
There's beds.
You're eating a meal. In Survivor, you're literally like, I have had this piece of dirt under my fingernail and my ass is itched from the sand mites for 2 weeks now. I'm not really thinking about being attracted to someone. Now, there have been Survivor showmances and relationships that have come out of Survivor, obviously Boston Rob and Amber in the past, but it's not as likely, I would say, in Big Brother.
I want to get to the men, and then I want to talk about our legend, quote unquote, contestants or players that enter the house. But first, we do get a commercial break in between the women and the men, and Julie hits us with a fake out. And we know that the cast is half women, half men. It always is. We already saw the cast get announced on Instagram. For some reason, she hits like just the players on stage with a fake out that it's an all women season, and then says like, just kidding. And I felt like that was kind of out of nowhere, and it fell flat with everyone.
Expect the unexpected.
But I feel like that was them testing the waters with the audience to see how people responded online to that idea. Like the ha 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 Julie's joke, but wouldn't that actually be cool? I think that they wanted to, I think they were scraping for like a little poll almost.
It'd kind of go hard though.
I think it would do well.
I mean, I guess I want to go hard, probably go wet. maybe. I don't. Sorry, that was a bad one. I can make the joke. You can't make that joke. I can make it. You're welcome.
Again, I can say it. Hosted by Meg. So we go to break, and I just want to cite this because I feel like it's going to come up a lot. We are going to get a billion commercials for the new show called Cupertino. And I think it's because people like to say Cupertino. So I'm going to start a Cupertino count. I'm going to have to go back and watch the recordings of the last two.
That sounds miserable. Why would you do that? We've already watched it twice.
Because I think people are way into just saying Cupertino, and I think it's the new Tracker. You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
we're gonna
Tracker.
We're gonna get Cupertino day and night on CBS. I think it's gonna be all over. So I get
What's
real
the other
comfortable.
one with Queen Latifah? Oh, Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Everyone liked that one. That one always auto-recorded
Sheriff
for some
Country,
reason.
right? The Beckerin show. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna be on Cupertino watch, but let's get into the men. We start off with Camus, 32 years old, a UFC fighter, so a pro MMA fighter who has actually fought in the UFC. He's got the Roman Reigns tattoos.
Tattoos are sick. The
Jamaican,
line work on them so clean.
Yeah.
Just, great design, great filler,
it's like
great
that tribal
placements.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Love his tats.
Jamaican and Hawaiian descent. He is also an artist.
Which, very interesting. I really wonder if him and Lyric will sync up. See what I did there? From their Hawaiian.
I wonder if they know each other. I mean, I feel like, because here's the thing is he's hiding the fact that he was a UFC fighter. He says he was an MMA fighter. He's a trainer, but he's hiding the fact that he was in the UFC. And I wrote down, dude, I don't know if anyone in the Big Brother house is watching UFC. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, but if you say the brand UFC, everyone's going to be like, oh, sure. He is serious. But what I will say, though, he did clarify that he was raised in Arizona. He was born in Hawaii.
Okay, yeah, because that was what I wanted to check out.
Lyric, I think, is born and has grown up and currently lives in Hawaii. So I don't know that there will be that overlap of them knowing each other, but I do think that is a bonding point for them to have two, Native Hawaiians in a single season. That's kind of big. I feel like
Camus says that he's been watching since Big Brother 14.
So not
only is he fucking shredded, obviously like a mega comp beast, but he is a super fan of the show, which makes him a very well-rounded and high-level threat.
I will say though, throwing it out there, I need to see a little bit more from him. I want to see more of the painter side from him, or the maybe I maybe even want to see him a little more emotional than the emotionally grounded, what Haley called him. I need more from him, and he's not my fave right now. I will say though, I'm still open. I'm still, it's early days for you Love Island watchers. So I want to see more, but right off the bat, he's not impressing me player wise. I don't really like how he's kind of manhandling Dee's HOH and trying to talk her through it. I'm like, boy, she fucking knows how to. She knows how to handle her own shit. You don't need to be concerned about her, which we can get into later. But yeah, I'm just a little about him right now. We
also have Drew, 22 years old. He looks like he might be the youngest of the bunch, actually.
What in the Tony Soprano are his outfits? I'm serious. I need a picture of him next to Tony Soprano with their little shirts. I don't even know.
Like printed shirts, like the button-down shirts?
Yeah.
So he is a surgical dental assistant from California, also seeking a showmance. And this is our second reference to braces in childhood. And I want to know...
But he had a positive twist on it.
Right. But we're talking about braces. We're talking about dentists. I want to know if Big Dental has stake in the Big Brother broadcast, right? Because we all know that they're pushing Invisalign. They all want us to spend they all want to, you go to the dentist now. If you are over the age, if you're off of your parents' health insurance and you go to the dentist, they're going to tell you need Invisalign and they're going to ask you to pay them $6,000. And I think this is Big Dental infiltrating our TVs.
Yeah.
And because you're going to look at braces, you're going to go, brace is bad. Oh, but I could at least get Invisalign, right? That's right. My dentist told me I might need Invisalign. I swear to fucking God, that's what's going on. I want to count that as well. We got a Cupertino count and we got a braces count. It's Big Dental, baby. I gotta go before my insurance runs out.
Yeah, you got to get that Invisalign. People online are comparing him a lot to Rizzo, actually.
The Riz God,
Rizgod.
Rizgod, Riz God, baby. One of my favorite Survivor players, and very close to winning Survivor 50. I'm a huge Rizzo fan, and once you told me that, I realized, oh, that's why I like Drew.
Well, because
right off
when
the
we were
bat.
watching it, you called Drew a donkey.
Well, he was a
called
bit
Rome and
donkish.
Drew a donkey.
Well, because Rome is kind
Can
of
you
a
clarify that for the listeners? What do you mean by donkey?
I mean, we're just ripping off Junkies lingo at that
Okay.
point. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
just someone who's dumb, a
Kind of
buffoon.
goofy buffoon.
Yeah, exactly. And
Buffoon, that's a good word.
he comes
I like
in,
that.
yes, and he is a little buffoonish to start, but like very quickly, I think like a lot of people warm up to him, including me, because I can tell just like Rizzo, he's so stoked to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can tell he loves the show and he loves the game.
Especially being there with the three returning players,
Yeah.
or former or reality TV players. When I said he's like Rizzo, I watched your eyes light up, and they did a little sparkle.
I love Rizzo,
They
dude.
did, and it took me a while to grow on Rizzo.
Rizzo is like
it took me like a season and a half to be like, all right, I get his vibe, I get what he's doing. Like I ship him now. So Drew might take me also a little bit to warm up with, but we'll see. Now that Rizzo broke the ice for that kind of archetype, stereotype, trope, whatever you want.
dream guest for the show, the Riz God.
The Riz God.
I would love
Riz-God might
to
be
have
too
Rizzo
big
on the
now.
show. I know, that's the thing, is like he was attainable for a second. Well, not even, because he filmed the seasons back to back.
Yeah.
Anyways, go back to our recaps of Survivor 49 and 50 on our feed, wherever you get your podcasts. Next up, we have Yash, another New Jersey player. So I think that's like at least three players from New Jersey.
Is it big New Jersey, and big dental is really coming
big
at
Jersey.
us right now?
Financial analyst from New Jersey, and you told me that he was an alternate.
He is an alternate for the season. So I saw a video from the guy that was supposed to be on Big Brother, and it was basically him standing in like a rural backdrop being like, hey guys, I was supposed to be on Big Brother, and like I was in sequester for like 2 weeks leading up, and like, I just decided it wasn't right for me, and I, stepped out, but like I hope everyone has like a great season, whatever. And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, who fucking cares? Like, okay, I get it. Big Brother's a lot. It's like, it fucking messes with people's heads.
Sure.
Like, people have not been okay after they've exited the house. They need, mental health support, like that kind of stuff. Like it's a mind fuck sometimes. So like, I get that, like being wary of that.
But to go that far,
you're in sequester. What the fuck are you doing?
Why don't you think about that when you get the call back? Not even your audition. You could think about that when you get the fucking
You're
call back.
in LA.
Dude.
You could probably throw a rock from your hotel balcony and hit the CBS Big Brother studios. And then you decide, no. I get it if there's one thing where like, you broke a rule, you had to get pulled, right? You're probably not making a video and sharing it on social about that. But just to be like, I don't know. I have more questions than he gave answers. I didn't even know I had the questions. I didn't even care about having the questions, but now I have questions.
Yash also mentioned showmance in his package.
He did.
So
he did.
Interesting to see who he might be lined up with or lining himself up with.
And something else he had in the package too was a clip of him skydiving. And it was him and Dee and someone else also had a clip of themselves skydiving in their opening package. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, do we just go skydiving now and show it to production and be like, put me on Big Brother?
I guess that's like visually
I've had 2 back
exciting.
surgeries. I can't go skydiving. I'm never going to be on Big Brother.
The skydiving to Big Brother casting pipeline.
It's there. Obviously, that is what I learned from all these intro packages.
Yeah.
And my chances are slim now because my surgeon said you cannot extreme weightlift and you cannot skydive. So we have a bodybuilder with Latrice and we have all these skydiving. So my like chances are like they've gone down.
Hang on, but you've just cited everything else, like former like softball player, right? Business owner, designer, right? There are many other categories
Keep going,
that
gas
come
me
in
up.
here.
going.
No, that's it.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Then keep going.
What, you want me to just
keep going. Keep listing
glazing
nice
you?
things about me.
Podcast host.
I don't know. Okay, you can stop now.
Yeah,
Next.
okay. Yeah, that's the shame that we all try not to think about. So we then have Jason from Los Angeles, and Jason is maybe one of the bigger names out of this regular cast, not a returning reality star. But in a way he is, because Jason, 35 years old from LA, is a drag queen and competed on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
So there's the Paramount, the Viacom crossover, because I think that's MTV, right?
Well, traders have used quite a few drag queens now in their show. So I see Big Brother being like, oh, we can use a drag queen in our show.
Makes sense.
Which great for representation, great for, RuPaul Drag Race, like their promotion and their uplifting of that franchise as well. But it seems like it's like, okay, so like you're taking another card out of Trader's book, and Traders again seems to be paving the way for so many other things, which I think they are the kind of guiding light for a lot of other reality TV shows right now.
Yeah.
And I think this is another example of it, because Big Brother didn't used to have like big names, like people who were people, right? Like, yes, influencers, stuff like that. But like, this is like the biggest name on the show. And it's funny because in Jason's intro package, he says his drag race name, which is Selena, but he conveniently leaves out the last name. Yeah,
I didn't realize that was missing. Well, obviously it is, right?
As titties.
Yes. So
I'm like, Big Brother and CBS did not want on their 8 p.m. primetime show titties to be I guess. And just the way he said it too, I'm like watching him say it, and it seems like maybe he ran through that line like 5-6 other times where he said it, and they're like, all right, you can't say it this time. Like, let's do another take where you don't say the last name.
At that point, you just got to chop it up in post.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say, Selena has titties, big following, because I was getting messages about his participation in Big Brother and how like people are coming to Big Brother just because of like seeing him on Drag Race, right? And so that's huge.
Again, Traders wrote the playbook for that, and they're just copying that, and we love to see it. And in his intro package, I think there was a line that I thought was pretty funny. It's like she's shaving her chest, getting ready, and she says, "Gotta hide the man." What do you do to hide the man?
That's a really deep question.
I was like, I'm gonna hit you with this question, and I am so excited to see what
I just went to a really
say. Now it just kind of feels depressing.
I just went to a really dark place, honestly. It's a horrible thing to think about.
Hiding the man, or
hiding the man.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I hide the real man every day.
Yeah.
This is just a front.
Uh-huh.
Unless I'm podcasting.
And in an emotional sense, you hide the man. Okay. So we're going to keep going because that took a turn that I didn't think. Angela thinks she recognizes him. It's like, oh, you're a drag. Like, I follow a lot of drag queens. Like, I think I recognize you. You can see Jason sitting there almost basically actively shitting himself on that couch. Like, he's got to stand up and we got to check the cushion like Trump on Fox News. Just kidding. He's like, yeah, I dressed up as Ainsley for like during your season. Maybe that's why And I did go and check Angela's Instagram. She does not follow Selena.
Interesting.
She does not follow Jason. So I don't know if that was like a production plant or something, or
we needed someone to like recognize because he's hiding that. Okay,
yeah. So like, I don't know what that like. I mean, maybe Angela did think that she recognized him and like she has seen him, whatever. But something that Jason says too is like, oh, like all the guys, like we can all do like a drag show, like at some point, I'm like, yes, milk that for as long as you can and be like, yeah, like week 7 or 8, we'll do an all guy drag show, but you got to keep me in the house if you want it.
Yeah, I like that.
But I think Yasha's drag queen name would be Yash Queen.
Yash Queen.
That's
pretty good.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty good. we might have to like draft other drag names for these players. As the season goes on.
I think that especially if they do a drag show, we would have to. I mean, I'm sure they'd come up with their own names, but
sure.
I would like to preemptively kind of come up with them all for the guys.
Sure, and I've already got some ideas for Rome, who is our next player who's entered the house. 28 years old from Michigan. He's a pickleball coach at a country club. Apparently, he was the #1 tennis player in Northern Michigan in high school. So that's cool.
Niche.
I don't know a ton about tennis, but I know if you're good at it, like people really respect that shit. I don't know. Apologies to all the tennis players who are listening, I guess. Big Tennis checking us out.
I just think of challengers when I think of tennis now.
Fucking challengers rules. And I wonder if tennis people champion that, or if they're like, if they kind of roll their eyes.
I think it's the same question that you can ask with hockey and heated rivalry.
It's just all the guys kissing.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, that's a big deal right now.
Yeah, love to see it.
Yeah. Not on this podcast, but that's really just because of
there's only one of
the
you.
host dynamics.
Yeah.
It's really just more of a circumstantial thing than anything else.
Initially, I was hard out on Rome. I was like, again,
I think everyone was.
You also called him Donkey.
Well, because they're just like they're giving each other piggyback rides.
Yeah,
in the house.
I was like, I don't know about this. Like this, like overly masculine, like touting kind of man. Like, And I think it's because he kind of reminded me of Reilly from last season, too, where
again, fan favorite.
Yeah, just like I don't know, just bad taste in my mouth from Reilly from last season. So like I think Rome, his aesthetic and his look kind of reminded me of him. I think that's also why a lot of the online community was kind of out on him as well. But this showmance with Lyric that they have cooking up right now, I think will actually save him from some of that. Well, it didn't save Reilly and Catherine. It actually hurt him more.
Yeah, but
I think the more I watch of him, the more he is growing on me.
I don't know how many more times we'll reference Reilly, so I want to take advantage of it now. If you are a Big Brother fan and you're checking out this podcast for the first time, we really recommend going to our social media at Backdoors and Blindsides on Instagram, or going to our YouTube or our YouTube Shorts, or just finding our episode from our Big Brother 27 coverage of Reilly's eviction from the Big Brother house, because we had an angle that I don't think a lot of other people were seeing, and it plays into...
I also think it's some of our best content.
It plays into a conspiracy theory surrounding production's involvement and the manipulation of that BB Arena, the BB Blockbuster, right? That game, the way that the votes were cast, the way that the broadcast was handled. We dove really deep into that, and I still stand by what we were uncovering there, or what we were addressing. So be sure to go back into our catalog to check that out. But yeah, it seems like Rome has come around a little bit with the viewers at home, and he seems like a little more simpy than originally comes across, because he's flirting with his clients, and he talks about how he's like proud to flirt with his clients, but then you find out all his clients are like, it's like a 55 and up community. Yeah. And it's like, okay, so like they kind of tried to present him as a little more douchey, like hoary,
like, yeah,
and actually like it's just like I don't know, I feel a little different like now that it's been put out there that it's like it's a 55 and up community. I mean, I was flirting with a woman like in her 60s in the grocery store today because she needed help with the water bottles.
Oh.
Yeah, she asked for help with putting water bottles in her cart. She actually also just had back surgery. So, I was playing up with her a little bit. I think that's okay.
Yeah,
what's wrong with that?
That story took a turn now, because when you told me that earlier, I left thinking, oh, my husband's so nice, so helpful, so sweet. Oh, what a good member of society. Like, I would be honored for people to know him because of these actions. And then now you're saying that you're hamming it up and flirting with her.
Kathy, if you're listening, I'll see you in the produce aisle. Next up, we have Barrett, 27.
Speaking of people you want to flirt with.
With the coolest job, I think, of anyone in the lineup, even better than corporate game show hosts.
These people?
He is a Jumbotron engineer in Austin, Texas. So he works on the giant fucking LED screens that you see in ballparks and stadiums and all of that. Like he's like they hoist him up there and he's literally doing like the engineer work to repair them, to maintain them, whatever.
It's pretty cool.
Fucking cool as shit. Barrett right off the bat says, I'm not much of an athlete. I'm not a physical guy and I'm focusing on social game. So like another point right there, coming in, you know, dedicated to the social game, dedicated
really
to like,
tall?
looks like, yes, very tall, dedicated to like the relationship building, my type of game that I've always been like really drawn to, you know, people like Jag, people like Kyle from Survivor, etc.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Kyle from KK Kyle from a few
No,
seasons ago. Big
wrong
Brother.
show,
I was like,
wrong show. Well,
Like, he did
actually,
not do that.
No, I'm kidding. So yeah, Barrett, I think an early favorite of the people at home, and he's a Big Brother super fan. He lists 2 favorite players, and one is Brittany Haynes. And
I love Brittany.
The other,
great select.
The other is Angela Murray.
Again, I feel like production's feeding them.
Like he's listing off players that he wants to play. Like, do they have anything in common?
No,
Brittany and Angela?
not a
Yeah,
damn
I didn't think
thing.
so.
They're both women
yeah,
and they're both blonde. That's about it, I think.
They're feeding him the Angela line
Brittany
for sure.
had, well, I would say there is an overlap maybe in like DRs and stuff where like Angela's DRs they can be kind of funny and cheeky sometimes and like over the top. Brittany, like just for people that are listening too, DR is slang for diary room, where they go and take their confessionals and talk one-on-one with the camera. Brittany Haynes was like just a phenomenal DR speaker. She was like the voice of every single one of her seasons. She always had like great, emotions and faces and reactions. So I feel like maybe that has a little bit of overlap with Angela, but again, production feed and lines, let's do that. So he says it might be an opposites attract thing with Ashley. Okay. Or is it D? He says, quote, she's so stunning he can't even function, which like, yes, valid. And she is his Survivor crush.
Yeah.
And
hot take, by the way.
Wow.
Barrett.
Yeah.
Barrett with the red hot take.
Yeah. And they are in the HOH room on live feeds and they're like doing like, they're like talking game or talking whatever. They're sitting next to each other, like kind of facing each other, but their hands are like reaching out towards, and they're like doing a little playing some handsy, really kind of like doing a little rubbing kind of. Yeah. And I was like, Barrett's got some game going for
early
D.
in the show too.
Well, no, Rome and Lyric are macking on in the bed on day 2, basically into a megaphone for the whole house to see.
Yeah, we will talk a little bit about that as well.
But I kind of love to see it. I love to see it.
Our last, let's call them the regulars, right? Aside from our quote unquote legends that enter the house, our last player is Chuck, a supply chain analyst from Dallas, Texas, another Texas guy. Credits
Texas,
himself.
a lot of Jersey.
He, again, talking about gender in the house, he comes from a family of, I think a lot of sisters raised by his mom. And so
He's the Nigerian cowboy.
Yes, and he brands himself as the Nigerian cowboy. So I see him, he's got the hat, he's got the boots, he's got the physique. He calls himself the Nigerian cowboy. And I'm like, you're a pro wrestler. Like, I'm already getting pro wrestler vibes from Chuck. So I am kind of already in his corner.
He gets dinged a little bit though, because he says if he wins, the first thing he's going to do and like use the money for is to buy a new truck. I'm like, you got to give me something better.
If you get $750,000, I think you can do better than a new truck.
Yeah. I'm like, boo, boring.
But he talks about, how he was raised around a lot of women and he wants to mirror that in his Big Brother game as well, which I think is, that's definitely a strat. Like, it's an actual strat that he's playing, and I think that's a good idea.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously, we've only really seen him connect with Haley thus far.
I mean, he's got a bromance going with Camu.
Exactly.
Like
So already, like, I want to see where else he's going to go. But that is it for our regular cast. And then we have our 3 reality TV legends, as Julie Chen Moonves calls them, enter the house. And so we're going to go through the names before we actually go through like the comps associated with them. And first to enter the house is none other than Angela Murray from Big Brother 26. I have her down as the meltdown queen. Because
I have her as chaos stirrer.
Dude, absolutely. So her most famous moment, and I would say now cemented in Big Brother history, is she was the first HOH of her season, and she had like an all-time freak out on one of the players in the house who ultimately was the first person to go home that season, and that is close personal friend of the show, Matt Hardman, who I think has my personal account blocked on Instagram.
So I posted about this. I said
that he has me blocked on Instagram.
No. While it was airing and they showed Angela doing like the eye
crazy
gesture,
eyes,
the
right.
crazy eye
she
thing.
She said
at
that
him.
This guy had crazy eyes and she's like making faces and stuff.
And I posted something along the lines when that happened on this season of the show, when they were recapping that. I said something, it's so funny seeing that Matt Hartman continues to only be relevant in the eyes of Angela. Like, that's the only way that this man will ever get airtime on Big Brother in the future, is in the context of Angela attacking him. And I posted it on Threads. And then I shared it to our Insta stories and tagged him and at Figuring It Out, his podcast.
Yeah.
And he saw our
it's my
story.
favorite. By the way, I'm a P1. That's my favorite podcast, Figuring It Out with Matt Hardman. All 3.5 episodes that he did.
He saw our story and he didn't comment. He didn't like, but he also didn't block. So I feel like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't say anything negative. So
all right, let's DM him and ask if he can unblock me.
That is a open door to continue to critique. Listen, he's just a little cringe. He's just a little cringe.
I think it goes beyond that. I'm going to say, if you want to do the whole influencer thing and talk about what you're looking for in partners, I'd stop using the term females when you're talking about finding your partners.
Yeah.
I got a little overzealous in my comments about his podcast and wanting him to do more. And for some reason I got blocked for that. I don't know, dude. I just wanted to hear more of Figuring It Out. Like I said, P1 is my favorite show.
Well, he figured it out so fast.
Guess he
only has like 3 episodes.
I guess he did. It was him, it was Mackenzie, and it was Chelsea from his season. Yeah. And I think that's it.
Well, then him and Mackenzie broke up, and then he was like, oh, I guess I figured it out. I guess can't date her anymore.
She figured it out for him.
Yeah.
So that is Angela. She also had like a famous meltdown over charcuterie that she won. I think it was like her charcuterie as an HOH, and then she was a have-not, and so people ate it, and she's like on her hands and knees in the DR. Like, I mean, TV gold, a disaster on her season. But
so much TV gold that let us not forget that she has a deep history of reality TV. They did not just find her off the streets for her first season of Big Brother. She was on Dr. Phil with her family and her crazy teenage daughter. And then I think she was also on like a game show kind of thing.
I think it was like Price is Right or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like, or like The Floor, like one of those like kind of.
Something on GSN,
She was on a game show. And then she was on the most recent season of The Amazing Race,
right,
too,
with her daughter,
where Taylor Hale also was on with, oh my gosh, what's his name? Kyland, thank you. I've watched his whole season. I watch him on The Challenge. I don't know why that name's escaping me.
It was an all Big Brother season.
Yeah, it was all Big Brother season of The Amazing Race, and Angela was there again. So this is Angela's probably like 5th plus reality TV show, which like good for her. Get your money, girl.
She seems to be playing a different game. She comes in saying that she's learned from her last season.
I believe it. She's completely rebranded from this like crazy on the offensive, loose cannon to now she's connecting in a very, very heart-to-heart moment with Jason, because Jason was expressing like he feels like, he's never been around this many like straight people before. Like he has like such a, so all these roots with the queer community. And she's like, no, my son actually came out as gay. And like, they had this very like sweet bonding moment. And also on the live feeds, I was watching Angela talk to Mallory about being on the block, and Mallory's like literally crying, and Angela's like gassing her up, trying to talk her off a ledge. I mean, I was sitting there with like my mouth open being like, I could almost cry right now for Mallory being talked to like in that like motherly tone and like Angela almost being like a safe space for people, which was not how she was on her first season.
People needed safe space from her.
Yeah, exactly. People needed a padded room.
She was fucking terrorizing people in that house, dude.
Yeah, she was. Like, you couldn't escape her. So, like, the fact that people are confiding in her and she is, like, lifting them up is very interesting to me. But I am very interested still to see if there's going to be any beef with Latrice and Angela.
Look, man, Angela's had a great first 2 days in the house. There's a lot more show. There's 3 more months of this shit, dude.
The crazy can't be contained for very long, especially when you're monitored 24/7 and you have 16 new best friends and roommates.
Another prediction for the season. At one point, Angela is going to have the power of veto, and she is going to give it to someone on the block just because. Because Tucker did that for her, I think, at least 2 times during her season. And I see her bringing that into this game because that's kind of how Tucker kept her as an ally.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to see her just give the power of veto to someone that may not be directly a part of her strategy
she's
just
not a comp
because.
beast, so
Yes, but she's won comps in the, she won HOH. Like, so I think that she has the capacity to end up with veto at some point. I see her doing something kind of like that, like a just because it's for the game and it's a nice thing to do, not necessarily rooted in strategy, because that was a big part of her story. She was just on the other side of it last season. So I think we're going to see that. Let's move on to show favorite, honestly. Show favorite of Backdoors and Blindsides, and just, I would say, reality TV darling at this point, especially in the last year, Rick Devens from Survivor 38, Edge of Extinction, and Survivor 50, In the Hands of the Fans. Rick was one of the biggest parts of Survivor 50 that just wrapped up a couple months ago. And it's because he went to nearly every tribal. I think he might have gone to almost every tribal during his time in the game. And he was a part,
scheming mastermind.
Yes, he was a part of this insane blindside, fake, performative, idol and like faking a fall and all of it. It's really worth going back to watch. Yes,
to flip a coin, Mr. Beast's coin.
He flipped the $2 million coin to double the prize money to keep his game afloat. And he is a guy who just loved being out there, loved being on TV, and loved the game, and just wanted to make things interesting and fun.
Yeah, I have a note here too. He is also a chaos stirrer.
Yes,
like Angela, but very different in the sense that he comes at it with more strategy, more like a zest and love for life. I mean, I guess you can. I'm not going to dive into that. But he just loves to have fun.
Yeah.
He plays to have fun. And not many people do that. People play to win the prize and to wear the badge of winner and to whatever. He kind of like, yes, he wants those things, I'm sure. But he really goes out there to have fun. And he does have fun with it. And I love when he's on my TV screen. So this is an absolutely phenomenal pull by CBS production to get Devens into the house for Big Brother.
Yeah, it's huge. He was I would say, one of the stars of last season. He didn't even really come close to winning, but he's just magnetic and he's got the juice right now. So happy that Devens is back on the show, and check out his shenanigans in Survivor 50. I'm sure you can just find it on Instagram Reels. We talk about it a little as well on the show in our coverage. And then last but certainly not least, we have, it's been an hour and a half. We have Dee returning to our TV screens. Also Survivor, a winner of Survivor 45. So she's the most decorated out of anyone in the house for sure.
Well, she's a 2-time Survivor player. She was also on the challenge, Vets and New Threats, which is kind of funny because she went on as a new threat, but now in Big Brother, she's a vet. So I wonder if she goes back to the challenge if she's now a vet. I don't know where that logic lies.
I mean, that means she's played all the games.
Yeah, she has played all the games. And usually, too, the Big Brother to the challenge pipeline is so real. Basically, when you're on Big Brother and you have a certain physique and competitive edge, you're basically, this is a big, long 3-month audition for the challenge, essentially. And in fact, Dee has dated Mr. Challenge himself, Johnny Bananas.
My guy.
So she is, when we talk about her, like kind of holding hands, rubbing up, on Barrett a little bit, and Barrett being like, she's my Survivor crush, I can't function around her. It is so unbelievably, believably possible that Dee gets herself into a showmance, which I am here for, especially with Barrett, because she's done it in the past with Johnny Bananas on the challenge. It was hot and heavy kind of from the jump with them. And then I think they kind of they didn't like capital D date. They kind of were in a little situationship. I think they kind of, flirted after the show kind of thing. And also on her season where she won, she was also a little bit of a flirt with the person that she went to the end with, Austin, which he's a good looking guy too. And it's funny because actually Austin, from her season, he's now dating Jeff Probst's niece.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah.
Marrying into the family.
Yeah.
What a great way to stay in the Rolodex.
Right? You're going to Thanksgiving with Uncle Jeff, right?
I love that.
Hell yeah. So would totally ship a Dee showmance, but she's also very strategic about it. She's more of like a, come here, we're going to be a showmance and we're going to fucking run this town. Not like being like, oh, we're going to cuddle in the bed and, oh, got to be quiet. No,
she's a very assertive player.
Yeah, she's like, let's fucking go. So I am excited for that. All right. We have introduced all of our house guests and it's only been an hour.
Yes. Fuck, dude.
Let's get to it. So, we have the house guests, all the house guests, and they enter our house. Big fan of the house this year. The theme's kind of fun too. Love the semicircle couch situation. I think it's gonna lead to a lot of collaboration on there. More people can see each other's faces. I'm a little confused with the couch, with it being 2 seats in the middle for the noms, because we have 3 noms. So where's the third nom set? Are we spreading cheeks in the middle of the cushions to all cram on to a 2-seat love seat? I don't know what's gonna go on there.
You just have to stand behind them.
Oh, like looming over
just
them.
lurch over the two of them.
Yeah, no, they're probably gonna have to spread their cheeks and sit on the couch together. Someone's gonna get the crack. I love the jukebox by the front door. That's fun.
Right. Because it's the theme is time travel, right?
Yeah.
So it's filled with all this retro gear, dino skeletons,
dino skulls hung from the ceiling like a museum.
Anything that is from the past.
Great colors, great textures throughout the house.
It looks awesome.
Love the set design. The backyard looks super sick. HOH room, super sick, nasty, as Quinn would say. Fun cathedral style, stained glass throughout the house. Love that.
Love it outside.
Yeah.
The fake windows outside.
Yes,
really
fantastic.
Cool.
Love the ambiance. Love a bunk room. This is the second season in a row where we're doing another bunk room. I love that. I think it gives them a little bit of nooks and crannies to hide and canoodle. Shout out Roman Lyric on day 2 again. I just think this house is kind of one of the best. I would say we have to go back and look through the houses. They weren't as elaborate. The first, I would say maybe 10 seasons of it, they would switch it up, but they didn't really lean into the theatrics of it all like they do now. But I would say this is probably top 10 houses.
I love it.
I think it's great. I
Especially
can't wait to keep watching.
The giant clock behind the bed in the HOH room is
so
I think
cool.
the best piece of the whole thing.
Well, it reminds us of the Survivor 50 idol hunt that we did. It was big promo for Survivor 50.
Oh yeah.
And
up in Baltimore.
Yeah, we're in the DMV area, and one of the closest spots to us was the Baltimore
Bromo
Seltzer Tower.
Yeah.
And we
downtown.
Yeah, we were one of the last people to get in for that. Froze our asses off. Had the worst Dunkin' coffee in my life standing in that line. Little miserable there, but the clock was absolutely stunning up there, and I probably would never have gone in that building otherwise. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. And like, I kind of like how we get to watch this whole season and kind of have that nice little memory.
Yeah,
with us.
I've been really itching to rewatch Back to the Future, actually. And this house just popped up on our favorite TV show. And so now I think it's an absolute given. And I don't think it'll be that, but we will be talking movies on a premium feed in the near future. And this house theme is giving me some ideas. So
okay,
a little bit of a tease there.
And we have Kamu opening the door.
Yes, this is very important to note. So Julie instructs a group of people, it's like groups of 5 or something like that, to go into the house together. And the way that she lines them up, Kamu is the line leader. However, when it's time to go into the house, he grabs the handle.
Don't forget, self-described, self-proclaimed superfan.
Exactly. And he steps to the side and makes sure that it's not him.
I'm a gentleman. I'm opening it up for you guys.
But Jason, who enters the Big Brother house first. And if Kamu is a super fan, then he must know, and demonstrating this, he knows that in BB lore, there is the first in the house curse. And what that is in the history of Big Brother US, the first person in the house has never won in 27 seasons. Now, this technically was true across the other brands as well. It since then has been broken on Big Brother Canada, and it's been broken on Celebrity Big Brother, but we're not really counting that because this has been around the longest.
And there are other numbers within the order too that also have never won, that are kind of a part of the curse, lesser known. I cannot remember the numbers off the top of my head. There's like 2 or 3 of them. But the first one is like the most kind of iconic.
And honestly, like, I would be doing the same thing if I'm Kamu and I know the curse. I'm standing there going, fuck. I don't want it to be me. And so just the smooth like sidestep to make sure that Jason's the first one in the house. I would love for that to be brought up later. Like, can you imagine
when he's on our podcast?
Can you imagine getting to the end of the game and saying, I know about the curse,
and I was,
dude,
yeah.
I would vote for someone who played that long of a game from the very first moment. That's pretty cool. So I loved seeing that because it pointed out that this is a very real superstition amongst people who follow this show very closely.
And I saw Jason be first, and I'm like, no,
right?
We like Jason. No.
Julie does announce once we're all in the house that none of the first 14 to enter will be HOH. And it'll be one of the 3 legends entering the house. At this point, we know who everyone is. The cast does not.
Well, it was also really spoiled in advance.
Right.
Too.
They really wanted to make sure people were tuning in for Angela and especially Rick Devens. Dee was more of like a tease announcement. Again, we'll get into that. But this is showing, look, production needs to protect the big dogs, at least for that first week. We need the ratings. We need people to tune in for their favorite players. And so we can't have them voting out Dee or Rick Devens or Angela week 1. We've got to make sure that they're safe. When Rachel Reilly came back last season, they also made her safe immediately because they need to let them work their way into the game.
You need to let them marinate.
Build the
on
relationships
the house
because
the Sari mist, let that set in.
You want to talk
people
about
be confused. People get in showmances. People be macking on each other and in arguments, and then they forget about the returners.
The traitors' influence once again. Look at specifically season 4, the last season. Ian Terry, we mentioned him earlier, was the first to get murdered. You know why? Because he was a fucking smart guy and he won Big Brother and he is a serious gamer. And the traitors knew that they had to get him out of the house because he was a huge threat. Rob Sestorino, also killed, also huge gamer, huge threat, right? Like, traitors is really showing that you've got to get rid of the big threats way early in the game because that's how the traitors won.
Just previous winner from another show.
Right.
Just automatic target.
Right. And like everyone is, right? Because it's Dee, who has already won. It's Rick Devens, who just lives to fuck with people.
Won in America's heart.
And it's Angela, who ruined everyone's game to some degree last time. Like, there are 3 people that if I'm sitting there, I'm like, they've all got to go. And so, of course, they are going to be protected by production. And I'm not really even coming for them. I'm not going to hit the drop because we need to make sure that that doesn't happen. So, like, it makes sense. And then we go into 3 safety competitions.
Well, before we go into 3 safety competitions, we had the like mini comp to even go into the safety competitions. Very competition heavy here in the first couple episodes, which I love. We love a competition. That's a big part of Big Brother are the competitions. So if you're coming from Love Island and you're giving Big Brother a shot for the first time, or maybe you've always watched both of them, that's the biggest difference. Is it is very comp heavy. There are consequences, there are rewards, there is a linear game being played here. And we have the BB28 safety comp with Enzo, former house guest. He was also on this past season of The Amazing Race with his brother. He was like the first to go, I think.
Has he been in the challenge?
Yeah, he was in the challenge.
He was.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, another reality TV whore there as well. So we have that challenge. Then we have the 3 safety comps, and then we have HOH. So we are just like firing off challenges here. So safety comp number 1, we had Mallory, Camus, Latrice, and Rome. Rome wins and unlocks Angela. He wins and he says, "That's how we roam." And I said, "Excuse me? What did he say?" If this man is going to be going around saying that's how we roam in this Big Brother house every episode, every week, I was like, we're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be roaming, because really, I just don't fuck with that energy. And it's just not my vibe. I don't like that, like, bravado, so to speak. And really, if that's how we roam is going to be said every day on Big Brother, I am taking the first train to Venice, because we do not, I don't want to be anywhere near it. But apparently Lyric, she likes it because she is basically the Vatican City.
Oh, hi. Wait, so she's inside. I mean, I guess, hey, expect the unexpected. It's Big Brother, baby. So Rome's victory, he wins safety, and that's the comp that brings in Angela.
Yes.
Right. The next one, the win goes to Chuck. And this one is fun because we're kind of paying tribute to, it's Survivor, right? The comp is
don't forget Haley, Taylor, and Drew were also in there.
Right. And it's taking place in Fiji, so to speak. Chuck wins that comp, wins his safety, and then we get a cameo.
Just jaw dropped.
Where I think we screamed on the couch.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen this person participate in any brand besides his brand, because he is the brand, and that is Survivor's very own Jeff Probst. I
was just like, oh, hell yeah.
It was awesome.
My one critique.
Okay.
And this is an Survivor 50 production situation where we wanted to just have the...
Wait, hang on. That's CBS. That still counts.
It's time to attack CBS production on Backdoors and Blindsides.
We had the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol. That's a Rick Devens. The way he said that made me giggle every time.
The boomerang.
Boomerang. That like Midwest, I guess.
He's from Virginia.
Well, no, but he lives in like...
I think he's from Georgia. He's got like a little bit. Well, he's got a fun little drawl, right?
Little twang at the end of some words. We had that. We had Jimmy Fallon on the show. We had the artist, the country artist that shall not be named, but I'll name it for the sake of the show, Zach Brown. We had all these like integrations, all these fun. Mr. Beast was on it. Why did we not get Julie Chen Moonves out in Fiji? Like, why didn't we get a crossover with that? It was the biggest Survivor 50 season. Like, cross-pollinate that way. Warm us up to Big Brother so you can warm us up to Jeff when he has his cameo. So we can warm up to Devens and Dee when they come in. I'm like, guys, it just seemed like a huge missed opportunity from CBS production, and that's my pitch why I should be hired.
Dude, we know why Julie Chen Moonves wasn't on Survivor. Jeff ain't sharing that stage with nobody. Yeah. Mr. Beast, maybe, because it's fucking Mr. Beast.
Well,
he's a
Jeff
billionaire.
Went on
and he
to Beast Games.
Right. And
then
he promoted Survivor.
Yeah.
Jeff doesn't need the Big Brother promotion for Survivor, and he is not sharing his stage with anyone, CBS or not.
He's kind of a diva, and I love it.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
And we do love him for that reason. He is the show. He's a big part of why the show is so great, but he ain't letting Julie anywhere near his spotlight, his mark. But he will let a camera shine on his face for any TV show, I guess. And
it didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
It was just they very quickly found a way to shoehorn Jeff into the broadcast.
Yeah, like Chuck handed him an envelope or something, and then
like,
Jeff
it was like left
Jeff
on a stool.
Yeah, Jeff was like reading it, and it was like, oh yeah, like chill. Like it just didn't make sense. But I was like, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm gonna play, and I'm just happy that Jeff's on my TV
because
screen.
We're supposed to be delivering a letter to Rick Devens during his original season of Survivor Edge of Extinction, Survivor 38. So that's why Jeff in the past is reading this letter. So really fun to see that cameo. I would love to expand on maybe what that letter said, and maybe we can get into that at a later time. But
some jokes for you.
Our last safety comp is won by Jason.
Melody, Lyric, Yash also in that comp. Melody looks like she is Carrie. Just getting absolute those gunk cannons.
Oh
no, that's not what it's called.
I gotta go to the doctor for my gunk cannon.
No.
Gunk cannon is fucking crazy.
Like Nickelodeon slime.
Blue Chew is not a sponsor of this show, but if we ever get to that point, which I would fucking love that Blue Chew money, baby.
Gunk
we gotta talk about how good it is for your gunk cannon.
I have so many other jokes, but we're not gonna say those right now.
You were talking about the gunk cannons.
Just absolutely gunking them up from every which way, every angle. I mean, it's in front of them, behind them, next to them, on top of them, saturated in gunk. And it was impressive. And I believe Melody's was like a pinkish reddish, and it was just like giving Carrie.
The one that is like clearly at like waist level, angled up at their face, it knocked everyone's goggles off.
Safety problem there. And honestly, Jason, I'd be celebrating, yes, I'm safe, but also I don't have to scrub gunk out of all of my crevasses in the shower and sit there and wait and sit in my gunk for God knows how long, because there's only 3 showers and we can't take long showers because God forbid we do that and become a week 1 target.
Showergate.
Shout out Showergate from Ashley, Big Brother 27, which really didn't, I guess, matter for her because she ended up winning.
So Jason wins this comp. And this is where
I got.
They fully got my ass.
I got.
Because Jason opens the door and we go, all right, here comes Dee. Because we weren't really following the context clues of the cocktail waitress in Las Vegas or whatever. Dee's from Miami. Which
I was like, maybe like
sure.
Yeah.
We open the door and we go, all right, here comes Dee, because all over Instagram we saw it was Angela, Rick Devens, and Dee.
Mm-hmm.
And who walks in but 3-time Big Brother player and reality TV legend, controversial reality TV legend, Rachel Reilly, who was on our screen just under a year ago on the finale night and the rest of the season of Big Brother 27.
She's also played on The Amazing Race.
Traitors.
She just finished filming this summer, or I think sometime she just filmed with oh my gosh, a Christmas movie with someone from the challenge. Oh my Marie. Oh my gosh.
Eva Marie?
Red hair.
Oh, fuck, I know
my
what you're talking about.
gosh, she's
It's all right.
adversary to Laurel. Cara Maria.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
you
gosh.
Stopped, you stopped the comments. You stopped the threads post.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was like, geez, there's so many names. I'm learning so many names.
Our poor mentions, because we can't remember this name.
I'm horrible with names. I can see the people, I can hear them, but your name, I probably are not going to remember.
So Rachel walks in and we got because I go, oh my God, the Dee announcement was an absolute misdirect.
Oh, see, that's not what I got. I was like, oh, we're still waiting for Dee. This was a misdirect for Dee. And then we're also going to get Dee in addition to
Rachel and Dee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be 4 returning one for a nice even number of house guests.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I thought that it was like a purposeful misdirect, and Rachel was our actual contestant. And you would say, well, she was just on last season. That doesn't make sense. Why would... After the way that Big Brother 27...
the unexpected.
Not just expect the unexpected. Expect the kind of shitty fucking programming decision, because that was a lot of Big Brother 27. That show ended with a whimper. Her game ended in a spectacular failure.
Horrible.
In a failure that didn't do her justice as a player, because she just timed out of a comp. There was no fighting. There was no social war, right? And
no vote, no eviction, no battle back, no veto, no nothing. She just like she didn't even exit out the front door. It was like some shitty side production back door in the backyard. It was crazy.
Admittedly, I saw that and I went, well, of course they fucked this up again.
But honestly though, I was like, well, they did her dirty last season. So maybe they felt bad, and like she like raised enough of a stink to be like, bring me back. And I was like, okay, I'm a little Rachel fatigued. I'm a Rachel fan. That's controversial. Some people don't like her. Listen, I watched her from the very beginning, the very, very bitter beginning. She was in a showmance Brenchel, or Brachel, or whatever one you want to call it. She's still married to him. They have 2 kids together. You know, she was the, floaters grab a life vest, just classic line. She honestly, like, Angela took a little bit from Rachel.
Yeah.
I think Rachel's just hot, so she gets away with it some. And she
looks good.
Yeah.
She looks really good.
Yeah.
She was dressed up like Wilma Flintstone.
Oh yeah, that gets you going.
It worked.
Yeah.
It worked for me.
Yeah, and she, like, I've been with her from the beginning, right, of her reality TV career. So there's something nostalgic when she comes back. So I was excited to see her last season. A lot of people, like, she gets mixed feelings. But I was like, I don't know if we should be doing this, CBS. And CBS was just basically like, you got, you idiots.
Yeah, they really did completely blindside us in a way, right? Because I had resigned to the fact in such a short amount of time.
She's in the DR saying that
Right.
I'm here to win my second crown. She has this like speech about
She's
the
dressed
newbies
up
again.
for the comp.
Yeah, and she's even been on afterwards saying that she had a girls' alliance. She was in the house for like a day, basically.
Yeah.
And she had made an alliance already. Like, she was gaming in there. We didn't get to see it really, but she was there. They thought she was there to stay. But lo and behold, a velociraptor pushed her into a volcano and she was no more. And the fact that Julie said that, basically, she was like, cut back from commercial. And if you missed it, Rachel just got pushed into a volcano via
Met her
velociraptor.
untimely demise.
Yeah, I was like, this woman took this hosting job, and no way did she ever think that she'd be uttering those words.
Well, but you know what she's doing? She's keeping up kayfabe.
Yeah.
So shout out Julie for keeping up kayfabe, because that is something that we love about the show, because this show is incredibly fucking goofy.
Yes.
But to lean into it is what legitimizes it, and I think makes it the most fun. I don't think it ever works when you're rolling your eyes over what Big Brother's doing.
Oh, yeah. And I think for me, too, I posted... I whipped my phone out real quick and took a photo of the screen, and it was like Rachel with this velociraptor, and I posted it on Threads, and it was like our first post that like really fucking blew up on there. Like, it was making the rounds on Instagram for like tweet roundups and like that kind of stuff, and got shared a ton, got liked a ton. And I said, so it begins, me having no idea how to explain what I'm watching. And it really made me think, I'm so glad that I have gotten you into reality TV, competition reality TV, so much so that you're sitting down here doing a podcast with me on it, watching it, being excited about every episode and season that comes out, because I do not know what I would do if you did not get it and you were
if I was a hater.
hater or like just like kind of popped into the room or whatever, because honestly, I would be mortified if you were to walk in with me watching this.
It's way
honestly, it'd be worse than like me like watching porn.
Well, that's
watching
funny you say that. It's way more shocking when I walk in on Love Island and they're just eating each other's asses on TV.
Yeah.
So the dinosaur, I'm
yeah.
well, but also you got to remember how I'm wired. I was like, oh, I'm cool with dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, a volcano. But yes, they are all dressed up like the Flintstones, getting ready for this HOH comp. Rachel passes away in a violent fashion, is pushed into this volcano by a raptor. And that's where the episode ends on CBS. And Julie tells us that we'll find out what's to come next on BB Unlocked, which is like their after show that comes on Friday nights, hosted by two former winners, Taylor Hale and Derek.
Which, shout out Taylor Hale. We're like BFFs.
Yes, friend of the show.
On Threads.
Actual friend of the show.
Actual friend.
She actually likes our shit.
Yeah.
She interacts with our
shit. She
shit.
followed our account before I even followed her.
Yes,
So I was like,
shout
hell
out
yeah,
Taylor.
she likes our stuff. She talks with us. Yeah, it's fantastic. Love it. I tune in because she, really was on the grid. She was one of the people, I appreciate that, but I want to touch on a few things real quick before we get into wrapping up and talking about the HOH comp. God, as a homeowner now, HOH and HOA, I'm going to fuck up constantly. But the returning player situation, now that we've kind of talked about it enough now, again, we said ripping off traders and their success, their absolute, like, just shut it down, winning Emmys, ? Did they? I can't remember.
Traders? Yes.
Yeah. So we want to copy traders. Everyone wants to copy traders, right? But traders inherently, it is just like returning players from all of your favorite shows. That's what makes it work, right? But now that like Survivor's bringing back past players, Big Brother's they did it last season, they're doing it this season. I think they did it with Amazing Race, all Big Brother fans, which if you're not a fan of Big Brother and you're watching Amazing Race, you're probably like, about that, right? I loved it as a fan of both, but I think what we're going to start seeing here is some returning player fatigue. I think I think the audience is going to be like, give me the new blood. I want to see the new blood. And I think there's going to be a point in time where there's going to be so much regurgitation. And I mean, you see it with the challenge too, where challenges all returning players over and over and over again until they have to have a new threat season.
Right.
So they can get some fresh blood in here to make it more interesting, because we're so tired of these washed up stories and these players over and over and over again. Like, we've seen all there is to see. So I think there's going to be starting to be some player fatigue, returning player fatigue start to happen. I also think it's unfair when you're bringing back literal like legends, right? Like Dee has won before. Devens didn't win, but he was basically Survivor 50, the flagship guy of it. He was great on his initial Edge of Extinction season 2. Angela,
Angela makes the most sense.
She calls herself iconic. I'm like, I don't know if I'd go that far. But she memorable for sure. Chaoster, like we've said. But it's just, then it turns into this game of like, okay, there are the automatic targets, and it's the relationship between the returner players together. Are they going to turn to each other? Are they going to work together? In this case, they're seeming like they're going to work together. And then it's about the regular people's house guest relationships with those players. Right. When instead you kind of want a more even playing field. So like, I really want to get behind returning players on something like this, but then just give me an all-star season.
Yeah.
Give me an all-star season. Give
us twice as much. We'll take an extra season of all-star players. Or
even several seasons of Big Brother ago where they brought back returning players, but they divided the house up into teams, very Survivor-esque with tribes, and you had a leader, like a coach, and the returning player was the coach. So like,
you're kind of like forced to work with them.
Yeah, and at one point
sets up, like, it structures the game for you.
Right. And they're a part of the game, but like not really. But then if the team made it far enough, in Big Brother, then it would release those players to be actual like players of the game. So something like that, cool. But like, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of player fatigue across a lot of other competition reality TV. I think people want to have that ability to be the next reality TV star, right? But that can't happen if it's the same washed up reality TV players over and over and over and over again. Not saying that Dee, Angela, and Devens are. I think they're still on the like, there's other people who have done more, but I'm just wary of that. So we get into the HOH comp, and only 3 players are eligible to compete, which would be the 3 returners, Dee, Angela, and Devens. Again, production kind of meddling a little bit, right? How do we keep them safe? If one of them wins, they'll probably keep the other safe. And of all the players, who has the highest probability of winning? Dee.
Yeah, of course. I mean, she's built for competitions. Like she is like one. She held Survivor records, or she's held Survivor records in the past, right?
I can't recall, but
I know Savannah, I think, was close to breaking a record, or maybe even broke her record on her season. So she's held records in competitions.
Just on the challenge, you're so good at competitions too.
Yeah.
And Survivor, like you're good at those like puzzles, and that's exactly what this is. Love to see the fact that Dee and Devens actually get to make fire in their own weird way. Finally, neither of them have ever made fire. Dee won her final comp of the season, so she put people to fire, so she actually gets to make it now. I thought that was just a fun little extra nod to Survivor there. I also liked how it was collaborative. You have the other people from those groups, the safety comp groups, kind of holding on to the like ropes where they're building, so like they kind of have a stake in the game too. Barrett and Ashley did not complete the BB28 little mini game correctly, so they were out of the running of everything, which I don't know, that kind of sucks. That just have more even number of players or figure that out. Dee wins. Not really a shocker there. I would have been more surprised if Devens or Angela won for sure. And that really kicks off all of our initial alliances that we're starting to get now. Right off the gun, we're naming alliances. We first have the red corner, which is Devens, Dee, Kamu, Haley, and Chuck.
Well, and let's start. Well, how did we get to the red corner, right? We got to the red corner with Devens and Dee locking in really like at the front, right?
They are playing Godfather
and
now.
They immediately pull out 2 alliances that they just build themselves, and it's like, all right, let's go out and make these alliances real, and then we'll reconvene together. So yeah, Dee and Devens are each going to do their own thing, make an alliance, and then kind of bring the other one in and make that seem like a natural, acquisition. And yeah, Dee's first stop, her job is to pull in kind of like the comp beasts, which are clearly those 3 that have stuck together, Haley, Chuck, and Kamu. Really important to note, while her and Devens are talking about this, I'm sorry, but like Dee is wearing a baseball hat.
You were fixated on this while we were watching it.
I just think that the hat is like it's just a little too big on her. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the bill is just the slightest bit too long.
You want to see her pretty eyes.
And it's really fuck, because also like we've never seen Dee wear a hat because they're not allowed to wear hats on Survivor. They're wearing helmets on the challenge. She's like a Miami Beach girl. I just didn't expect to ever see her in like a baseball cap, and for some reason it was like really fucking
jarring
with me
for you. You didn't like it.
But like I could not stop looking at this
wear
fucking
baseball hats all the time.
Yes, I know you do. I've seen you in hats many times. I think it's like something about
What a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
You've seen me in hats many times.
Yeah, it's a privilege. That's what you get when you're married.
What?
So
fucking weirdo.
I don't know, dude. I kept fucking going back to this hat while her and Devens were talking strategy. But yes, she goes to the red corner, where Haley and Kamu come to Dee. They tell her about their alliance with Chuck.
And there's some a little bit, like there's a Kamu and Chuck thing. They seem to have a bromance going. Haley seems to be a little interested in Kamu. She is like, freaking out over his muscles and tattoos or whatever. But yeah, they come to Dee and Devens with, guys, we have a great idea. And Dee and Devens are like, yeah, tell us more.
Right.
Wow.
Right, because
yeah.
Dee kind of naturally brings in Devens, and like it's kind of their idea as a group to bring him in. Not that her and him have been working together the entire time. So she's letting them play and just basically taking notes, knowing who's aligned where the threats are. It's
so smart.
Right off the bat, I'm like, I'm so glad that we are playing the game this early on.
Well,
and we're not focusing on things like people taking showers for too long.
Yes.
Or, you know, crazy eyes, Matt Hardman or something like that. Like, we are getting right to the fucking game.
Which I want to point that out specifically because Dee has gotten some online hate because they're like, she doesn't even watch Big Brother. She doesn't even know how the game's playing. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. She knows how to play a game. She's played Survivor twice. She's played the challenge. She knows how to lie, steal, cheat, manipulate, the power of perception. She knows how to go out there and play a comp. She knows how to make alliances. She knows how to make an alliance in the alliance and in another alliance. And she knows how to have a showmance too. So shut the fuck up being, oh, G doesn't know Big Brother. She sat down and binged 2 seasons within a month of when she first got the call and when she got on Big Brother. And I saw in an Instagram story too, where she was saying that she first said no to Big Brother. Production called her and was like, be on Big Brother. And she was like, nah. And
That's
then
wild.
They had to talk her through it and they convinced her. She said she kind of wanted it a whole summer. She had all these plans this summer and Big Brother was not one of them. So instead, the only sliver of summer she got, she sat down and binged 2 entire seasons.
Good for her.
Which I think production told her which seasons to watch because she happened to watch Angela's season.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop with Angela, because I just think it's inevitable. I think people are tuning in for that side of Angela. And I would
want to see it.
I would be so surprised if we don't get it once.
You go to the zoo because you want to see the monkey sling some shit. Am I right?
Yeah, and I would be surprised if it's anyone getting that shit thrown at them besides Dee and or Devens. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah.
But that is Devens' job, is to go pull in finishing up with the red corner. They go to the red corner because that's where the champion fights out of in the MMA octagon.
You like that. You
Camus,
like that name.
It's a cool name, and it's a cool place that it comes from.
Yeah, just the way Camus has been moving with Dee specifically, he seems like he kind of wants to mansplain things to her. He wants to steer her. He's like, oh, I need Dee to do what's best for Dee because it's what's best for me. So like, I'm really worried about what's best for Dee. I'm like, Camus, shut the fuck up. How about Camus worries about what's best for Camus? Because guess what? Dee's worrying about what's best for Dee and she could give 2 shits about you. You are her side bitch. And so you need to just stay in your own lane, figure it out, stop mansplaining Big Brother to her because she fucking knows how to be in an alliance and how to game and how to do those things. So like, I don't really want to fucking hear it from him. And it got tired really fast. Honestly, Camus reminds me of that guy sitting in a corporate office and a woman says like, I have an idea. We should do this. And then like he says it louder and like, they're like, wow, Camus, great idea. We're going to champion you. Shut the fuck up. That's what it's giving me. And that's why I don't fuck with it.
But here's the thing. It's Dee. She knows that letting him just go and do that, letting him think that he is running her HOH, that keeps her in power because he's not thinking about Dee's solo game.
He'll be the head of the snake, so to speak.
He's thinking about their game as a team. So that's absolutely what she should be doing, and she should let him continue to just take credit to try and be the leader of this.
She should, and I get it. But for me, it would be hard to bite my tongue because I've definitely been in the room where I say the idea and some fucking dude says it a little louder, the same exact thing. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And that's what it's giving me. And like, that's my own baggage that I bring to my parasocial relationship with Camus. But like, I need him to honestly like go suck Haley's face or something like that. Like maybe that'll make me like you. I need something from him. The tattoos, like I need like more than the tattoos to like you.
Sure. And he can't punch people because it's Big Brother. It's not.
Well, we've done that in the past on Big Brother. You just get ejected for that.
Well, we don't want that to happen. I want to make that clear. Devens is tasked with finding the people they call the misfits. And that's Angela and Drew and Barrett. That's like the other alliance that they want to form. And then all of a sudden, we're getting close to having the majority in the house on day 2 because Dee and Devens know what they're doing. So they do solidify sort of a core 3 with Angela. They open up to her, and then they bring in Drew and Barrett, which I think is the right way to do that. Again, bring in someone, get closer with them, and then let them participate in the acquisition of other allies, because then it's a little less clear who's running the show. So it's good for Devens and Dee individually, as well as their solid 2 alliance, to bring in Angela first.
The head of the mafia doesn't want to be known as the head of the mafia.
Right. Exactly. And they bring, I think it's funny that they bring Drew into the bathroom of the HOH room to
really,
like talk.
It was Dee, Devens, and Angela were basically like bringing Drew in the bathroom, being like, hey, so we saw you from across the house and we think you're cute. That's what it gave. And I was like, can we like deliver this a different way?
But as a super fan, he's got to be stoked. He's just standing in there, and he's like, it's like you're being drafted, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he even said like, I wanted to talk to one of you, but 3 of you, are you kidding me?
So they bring in Barrett for the 5th, and they dub this alliance the Crossovers. Red Corner, cooler name. Crossovers, probably going to be a more successful alliance if I were to bet.
That's the real alliance that Dee and Devin say that they're part of.
Right.
I think it's Dee and Devens. They're a final 2 together, and I love that they are. It's what I loved about Devens and Christian from Survivor 50. They love a nest. They love building a nest. Not only are they going to have a final 2, they're going to pad that final 2 in 2 separate alliances with different people, with some repeat people as well. Like, they have got it figured out, and I love to see it. They saw the reins laying on the ground and go, I'm gonna pick them up and we're gonna lead this entire house, and we're gonna have everyone wrapped around our finger in a whirlpool. They'll have no idea what's going on or what hit them, except if Devens can't keep his stupid fucking mouth shut. Devens, you've been on 2 seasons of Survivor. You successfully played an entire idol blindside in
right.
just the most glorious way I've ever seen on the show. He's a mastermind. And then he's over there saying the literal Red Corner Alliance name to Angela. Bad. And then he says it. He brings Drew over too.
It's
says
Barrett.
it to him too. Huh?
It's Barrett. He tells Barrett.
Oh, I thought it was Drew.
No, it's Barrett. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's blabbering it to all of the crossover alliance, which I don't think you need to do at this point at all. And guess what? Angela actually takes it well. She's like, oh, wow, they must really trust me. Like, that's great for now. But listen, if I'm Angela, I would be thinking that too, sure. But I'm also thinking I'm not in a secondary alliance. That secondary alliance protects only only Dee and Devens.
Right.
Right? It might protect Angela as well, because if she, secondary, because if Dee and Devens are in those conversations with that other alliance, they can kind of steer it away from the Barrett, the Drew, the Angela, right? They can, if they have some sway, if those other people come to power. But I would be like, well, fuck, I only have one alliance. I need to go scrape together another one to also be protected. Where's Jason? Where's Lala? Where's Taylor? Where's, the 3 girls? Where I would be putting feelers out elsewhere too, to save my own ass.
Yeah, that's the thing. And dude, like I said, it's Angela. I think it's so early to know if she's going to stick with this more composed game that she's playing, because I don't know, dude, if you have a history of blowing up, I wouldn't share that.
Not my first person I would go to.
He shouldn't share that at all. But I think if it's going to get fucked up, I think it's going to be through Angela. That's the problem.
I think it's going to be, well, if Barrett and Dee form a showmance more officially, I think it could be Drew, because Drew's just so gung-ho, happy-go-lucky, excited to be here, super fan. I think he could let it spill somewhere else, which would not be great, because guess what? if I have the potential of going the block, say if like Kamu or Haley or Chuck is HOH, and I know they're thinking about putting me up, I'd be like, hey, so red corner, what's that mean to you? You have some snakes in your alliance. I'll just set that there. Right?
Yeah.
Congrats, Dee. And Devens, you are now on the block.
Yeah.
Right?
It's such a misstep, and Dee fries him for it, rightfully so. I hope that I obviously, like, I love Devens, I love Dee. I want them to do well.
He's
in
immediately
this game.
remorseful. He's like, oh no. I'm like, yes, oh no.
And I think it's just like maybe being just super excited, maybe just trying to like deepen relationships himself, right?
Yeah.
And that's how he builds trust. Because I mean,
Needs
like,
to
information
deepen the
is power.
relationships.
Information is how you build trust. And so I don't know, man. I understand where he was coming from, but also time and place.
You don't need to show it that early.
Yeah.
You're playing too fast, too loose, way too in the beginning. Only final twos right now I'm really clocking is the Dee and Devens. Devens seems to like his girl Angela too. I see him being a little more closer to Angela than Angela maybe with Dee, but I think they still have a pretty good relationship. We have our three girls, Mallory, Lyric, and Melody. I think they'll probably pull in Rome now that he's sucking face with Lyric. TBD on a Melody. Oh my gosh. Melody. Sorry. As further we get away from Love Island, the more I'll say Melody, I promise you. And then maybe like a Haley and Kamu showmance too, ? And then we have some rumors online from live feeds too. Lala and Jason seem to be really clicking.
Interesting. Okay.
Which I said the intros weren't even finished. And I said manifesting a Jason and Lala alliance. Go look it. I have receipts on our threads. I said it. I will be very happy if that's the case.
That would be a really interesting side of the house, honestly, because that's charisma. That's people who know how to work a room, performers, and there are floaters right now. I mean, talk about, when we get to noms, floaters and stuff, but like, that's really why I love like a week 2 of Big Brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because we really like, everything starts happening so quickly.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden people are, it's sink or swim, and you get thrown into an alliance pretty quick. Otherwise you're going to be up and you're going to go home. So speaking of showmances and speaking of Rome and Lyric, what the fuck?
I don't think I've ever seen a showman start that early, that hot.
Like, not just like flirting, like, because we'll see flirting in like early episodes or whatever, but
yeah, she didn't
like
want to wear his sweatshirt. Full
on physical touch, making out in the top bunk. I will say I'm all for gross gags. The amplifying of the mics during all the kissing was a little much for me by the end of it. And yeah, like they're doing that. People are in the room.
Multiple
they really
people,
don't care.
guys.
And like they're both like gushing in the DR over each other. We're like eating food out of each other's hands. He's eating an apple out of her hand like he's a fucking horse, by the way.
Yeah, it's weird.
And
I think like a donkey.
Yeah. And he offers her his hoodie. She says, "Oh, it's too early. Like people are gonna know. We don't want people to know." And
So
it's like,
it was
dude,
cut up to look like the sweatshirt came first and then the kissing came second. But I really wonder if it was the opposite.
I'm sure it was.
With
Even
production.
so, though.
Yeah. It makes me like Rome more. It gives Lyric something to do. I'd love to see kind of a powerful women's alliance with the Mallory, Lyric, Melody thing. Hopefully Mallory can pull herself off and maybe solidify that. I think the kind of other outliers right now, we don't really know where Yash is. We don't really know where Taylor is right now at all, or Ashley. So there definitely are some people, I would say, who are considered floaters right now, but like we literally have not seen it on the show. So it could be there, we just don't know. But I would love another angle of the house. I would love another like 5-person alliance between some of those other people to kind of, instead of like sides, it's more of like this like triangle with like some maybe floaters in the middle. So we'll see what is to come there. Some important housekeeping.
Well, you want to do noms first?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's do noms because that's how the show actually ended
Jeez.
Sunday night. And
I've watched it twice. We've been talking for 2.5 hours. It's all just
see, and when Dee sticks her head into the room, hey everyone, it's time for the nomination ceremony. Like that's when I really got like the rush, and I'm like, okay, we are officially back. Like the game is off. We are in full swing now.
Yeah.
Because now people have to play. The first couple days, you can just fucking hang out, but once someone's name goes up there, whether it's yours or not, you have to start playing.
Yeah.
And I like Dee's approach of they were split into 3 groups during the HOH comp.
I think it's a good tactic.
Devens' team is have-nots because they came in last technically, but she wants to take one player from each team and put them up to keep it even to avoid targeting. She brings up gender. She goes, I can't go all girls and I can't go all guys because it's going to be perceived that way. I think that's also really smart. What do you think about her leaving out? I mean, she can't non-Barrett, but what do you think about her leaving out Ashley? Because Ashley was on an island by herself. And I know like this idea comes from Camus, and you've got beef, but I think he makes a point where you don't want to burn your own team, and Ashley's standing right there. I think that she didn't choose Ashley because she
wasn't
had to
playing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Ashley was on the side. Yeah, I mean, I think if I were Dee and I was trying to like finesse not putting up Barrett, I would say like I don't think it's fair to put up someone who didn't even have the chance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
They didn't have the chance twice. They didn't have the chance to compete in the safety comp, and they didn't have the chance to help the HOH win. Right. So I think that's kind of like, yes, they did fuck up the first challenge, but that's just like, they didn't find a little canister hidden in the house with the right number. So like, I think it's kind of like a big consequence to pick from that group. So I think that would have maybe alleviated some pressure if she twisted it that way. But I think the way she approached it was good. I mean, I think it also would have been good to be like, hey, I don't want to put up anyone from my team that helped me. Like, I think that would have been a noble approach too. But I think what she did was fair because she didn't know any of those people 5 minutes ago that were helping her.
Right.
It's not like she had been in the house and like made some connections. She didn't probably even know their first names, and they're just standing there holding rope. Like, you're a fixture at that point. You're just part of the scenery, you know? So yeah, I think it was a good tactic. I think it was good that she like kind of mixed some, people up in there. And we have Taylor, we have Mallory, and then we have Yash up on the block.
Right. And Yash does cite in the DR that he feels burned because he was part of her win. And Mallory is already working up the tears. I mean, no one wants to be put up fucking week 1. So, and I guess, yeah, we got on the live feeds, Angela consoling her a little bit. So we will see, because what's to come next is the veto competition. And then I'm sure there's going to be another type of, blockbuster arena, whatever it may be,
we can get
to eviction night.
My housekeeping items
please.
After I tried to jump over the noms, which is like the crux of the whole thing. I don't know, whatever, it's late. So some housekeeping for us, important notes as we head into the rest of the season. We have BB Blockbuster, which is back. If you don't know what that is, it is a chance to save yourself after veto. So technically, traditional Big Brother is played. HOH puts up 2 noms. The noms plus the HOH and random draw of house guests get to play in a veto. Winner of the veto can take one of the noms off. HOH would have to put one up. Or if you have the veto around your neck as a nom, you take yourself off. Obviously, in 99% of the cases, you do that. Someone comes back on. We have 3 nominees each week this time, which again, that's like more of like a new era Big Brother thing. So now what will happen if one of the nominees, the HOH or someone playing the veto, wins the veto, one of those people will come off. Someone else will be a replacement. Then those 3 people will, on eviction night, which is live, will go on to compete in a competition against each other. One of those people will win their safety, and then 2 people will be left on the block. And then one of those people will go home. So Blockbuster is back. I like it. It gives a little more power in the nominees' hands.
And it's live.
And it's live.
It's fun watching a live comp knowing that it could change the vote.
And then there's more scenarios too, because you're like, okay, well, like, what if like person A sits next to person C because person B, wins safety, but what if person A wins safety? Who are we voting to evict in that scenario? So like there's more scenarios and more room for chaos to ensue. We also have America interacting with the show this season. I think we've done it before in Big Brother history for sure. We've had like America's player who kind of goes in and like does some like fun tasks and maybe wins some money for it. But that's not what we're doing this time. We are voting for our house guests to enter the BB time capsule, where they can play a mini game for power or lose and get a punishment. So, if someone is, your favorite players looking like they might be going home this week, you might want to vote them in. But they can only be voted in once. So once they're in, whether they win or lose, doesn't matter. They can only go in once. So be careful who you are voting for and when. We will be also, can't say a sentence now. We will also be watching BB Unlocked on Fridays, so you don't have to. We will be reporting back here with...
It's a sluggish hour, that show normally.
Love you, Taylor Hale. I still think there's a little bit of finessing. I will say, though, After Sun this season of Love Island, I think is a little better. And if Big Brother is taking pages from other shows' books, they could do that with this as well.
Well, they added Jerry full-time, right?
Yes.
Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell full-time. So he is...
They needed him,
back,
dude.
Yeah. So he is back. So what I'll be doing is 9 p.m. every Friday when we're watching Unlocked Live. I will be posting the recap on Threads. Very quick and easy. What you missed, if anything. So you don't have to watch it for an hour. So you're welcome. I'm doing the heavy lifting. This week, we do have Jerry O'Connell back as a host. He is the only person to ever sub out for Julie Chen Moonves when I think she was sick or had COVID or something.
Yeah.
And it was when Quinn was evicted during his season. And Quinn was a super fan of Big Brother. He was excited to meet Julie if he were to be evicted, and he didn't even get that. So, he said he loved Jerry for being in Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah. Also Scream 2, among other favorites.
Yes. So I'm glad he at least knew who he was and was happy about it. Also in Unlocked, we saw a little snippet of Taylor, the house guest, not the host of Unlocked, be hella petty and mad about Devens snubbing her. That's where we got that piece of information there. If you were wondering where that came from, because you didn't see it on the regular shows. Crimea River, I could give a flying fuck. All right. On from Unlocked. Something that I want to make extremely clear to everyone listening, that we will not be ruining anything game-wise on this show that we know in advance based on live feeds. So in this moment, it is Monday. We have seen 2 episodes of Big Brother, the premiere, the Sunday episode, and then BB Unlocked. We have also been watching live feeds. Me personally, I know who wins veto. I know what happens. I will not be spoiling that for you. We will be watching it and talking about it in real time as it happens. Now,
as it airs on CBS.
Yes. And I'll try not to lead people in a certain way either. Even though I know the outcome, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, they might win veto. I'm not going to do that. We're going to try to keep it as, in line with the aired CBS show as possible. But what we will be talking about is some of the little tea and tidbits from live feeds, as we have done in this episode, just some things that we pick up that don't necessarily, impact game as far as who's HOH, who's nominated, who won veto, that kind of stuff. Now, if we see some alliances budding, some flirting happening, something wacky happening, we will be talking about that, but nothing really that will ruin it. That stuff might end up being on the aired episodes, but nothing that's it's going to warp your perception of the game. So just want to throw that out there for everyone. And yeah, happy Big Brother 28.
We're so fucking back, baby. Follow us on Instagram at Backdoors and Blindsides. Again, live posting on Threads during Big Brother. and Big Brother Unlocked at Backdoors and Blindsides on Threads. And we have full video episodes on YouTube, as well as YouTube Shorts that go up on a regular basis. So go check out our video feed. Be sure to subscribe wherever you are listening and share the show with one person this week.
That's
if everyone
your homework.
does that, that would be fucking awesome. Get the word out. I think this show is pretty great, and I think people should listen to it. That's just me, though. So, yeah, again, thank you. If you're new to this, thanks for sticking with us for the last 2.5 hours. Most of our episodes do run a little shorter. And one note for programming, we typically will record and release the day after live eviction. So that typically is like a Friday release schedule. This coming Friday, we will be delayed until next week because we're going to be out on family business. So when you're checking on Friday, wondering where the episode is, just keep in mind it will be coming to you like Monday, Tuesday next week at the very latest. And then we should be on regular programming schedule for the rest of the season.
And I would like to throw in there too, we did not do a season 50 Survivor wrap-up episode, but that's because we went like 3 weeks back to back travel, and then life happened. And my summation of thoughts of Survivor 50, if you've been with us, you were listening through that, and you were wondering what happened, and our thoughts on that real quick. Hell yeah, Aubrey won. Jonathan's a big crybaby. That's all I have to say.
And Jeff fucked up on live TV.
Oh yeah, that
and
was
we'll
crazy.
never admit it.
I will never forget it, and I will hold that against him because he's perfect otherwise.
I was telling Joel, one of our best listeners, like it's best to just leave the finale in the past where it belongs, and we don't really need to dredge it up again.
Yeah.
So that is our quick 30-second coverage of the finale, and until next time, with a house full of eyes and mouths filled with lies,
where things get hard to keep classified,
we can't promise we'll be gentle. Here on Backdoors and Blindsides.